It's the weekend.
Warriors.
Warriors, come to play.
Yeah, here we go.
Good Saturday morning, everybody. We're broadcasting live from the Weekend Warriors studios in beautiful Peoria, Arizona. I'm Ralph Romano, alongside my partners in crime. I've got the legend, Neil Lynch, and the legendary Philip Amrine. And this is, and you're listening to the Weekend Warriors.
Hey, kids, I'm back. Join us on the show. Get involved. This is an interactive show, an interactive format, if you will. How can you interact with us? Well, there's two ways. First of all, you can hit us up on our live social media streams. We're live on X, we're live on YouTube, we're live on the Book of Faces. And if you want to text us in, join us on the Weekend Warriors text line. The number changed recently. There's a long story about that. Ralph doesn't know how to operate technology. So the new number is 866-412-6366. That's 866-412-6366. If you're watching the stream, you can see the number on the bottom left. Why did I read it to you? Because there might be one or two people who still listen to the show without watching it. So there you go.
Just one or two?
Maybe three.
Maybe three.
Maybe three.
So your whole facial experience is different this week.
Oh my God. Yeah. So guys, just so you know, I am apologizing in advance for everybody listening right now, because unfortunately, much to the chagrin of everybody, we wasted the show's entire production budget last week on my fake beard and wig. So we will not have any confetti to celebrate this week.
We'll have confetti.
We will not have a blimp over, flying over us. The
It's
Goodyear
there.
blimp dropping tires like it's rice from a wedding season. Happy to see you, Neil, by the way. That
Thank
reminds
you.
me. All right. Yes.
Thank
but
you.
did anything happen in the week since we've last talked? Anything
Yes. Amazingly.
significant?
Yes.
Don't know what you're talking about. What do you
Something
mean?
happened.
Maybe perhaps it has something to do with the fact that I'm next to two people dressed and adorned in Dodger blue.
Something happened.
Well, I always wear Dodger blue, so
Well, or Seahawk blue.
Seahawk blue. Yeah.
Blue.
And
You're a
Neil
blue
wears
man.
a lot of Dodger stuff too.
I do.
So when are you gonna? I want.
Oh,
In
God.
this show, I want
Here we go.
For the first time.
for the first
Yes,
time.
for the very
For
first
the
time.
first time
That-
since last week.
The guy
Oh.
that's been saying it all year was right again. I want that praise. I want those apologies, because the Dodgers are back-to-back World Series champions, and I said they would be. So let's hear it.
So hang on. Before
And you're on board with me.
before you have to do that, I'm going to go first here
No, you're on
By all
board with me.
means.
because. All right. So
All right.
unlike my esteemed colleague across the desk from me, my self-worth, my manhood, my masculinity
What a route
is
we are
not
taking.
Yeah, that's a fair route, yeah.
is not dependent on my ability to correctly predict sports things. Okay. So now Ralph and I have been Dodgers fans for about the same length of time. And
Yeah,
we, in
about
fact,
that.
we share we have the same favorite player in Steve Garvey.
Yes, that's true.
So here's the thing. Ralph was ultimately right. Just like a broken clock is right twice a day.
Just like a squirrel and his nut.
Well, so
Just
so
one
here's the thing. What
It's a lame squirrel.
I will tell you, as a lifelong Dodger fan who was very much hoping the Dodgers were going to win this series, I had lost faith. I had lost faith
100%.
And
You
game-
lost faith in the season.
after Game 5 and lost. I lost faith starting.
Yeah, game
it-
5.
I lost faith starting after in August.
yeah, I would
The
say
way this
August.
team was playing, absolutely. So the fact that they managed to pull it off is a testament to something. I mean, there's a couple of things, right? To me, it's a testament that sometimes there's two things. It's two parts. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, but you don't get that lucky unless you're good. So if it was going to happen to anybody, it happens to the Dodgers. Even by the own admission of their players, copyright Kike Hernandez, the Dodgers didn't play good that World Series. They did not.
Specifically the World Series, I would agree.
Yes, the World Series in particular. However, they still won. So obviously, kudos to them. I am very happy. Ralph, you were correct in your assumption, or your assumption. You were correct in your prediction, absolutely, and you get some flowers for that. But let's be clear.
Mhm.
Let's be very
Let's be
clear here.
I want to be clear.
You can
Crystal.
still you can hold two truths at the same time. You can still be a loyal fan to your team
Sure.
and still doubt their chances of winning a game,
Agreed.
especially after Game 5, which I got to witness, by the way, in person.
That
which
was
I
fun.
felt so bad.
That
for
was embarrassing. Yeah, 3 pitches, 2 runs. Great. This is going to go so well. Oh my goodness. Anyway,
What
so I just
what a
want to get
welcome
that.
home.
I just want to get that out
I'm
first
glad you got that out of the way.
because Ralph
And
he's going to light you up.
No,
so.
before he apologizes, which he needs to.
you. Oh, do I?
Yes. Let me just touch what you just said. You said that you had to be lucky, right? So let me say this: the Dodgers batted 203 in the World Series, right? The Blue Jays batted 269.
Yeah.
Okay.
Massive difference.
203 got outscored 32-26.
Yeah.
And so people are saying the Dodgers are lucky, right? People are saying the better team lost, which we're going to touch on that in a second.
Mhm.
But let me say this, and this is why I'm confident, and as I was, and I never wavered, even though I knew that they weren't playing at their best. They were underperforming. We talked about it all year, but I never wavered. And this is why I never wavered. Because when it comes to the playoffs, and like I kept saying, the Dodgers are built for this thing. They're built for a 7-game series. And let me explain why. Because when you're in a 7-game series and you have that veteran experience, you can be outplayed, but you have to be able to win moments. It's very important to win moments. And if you watch the Dodgers, Game 3, they won moments, right? Hugely won moments. Their bullpen came in and shut down the Blue Jays. In Game 7, the Dodgers won moments, right? That's why they're the World Series champions. And they were able to win those moments because of experience, veteran leadership, those things, and great management by Dave Roberts.
And they got a little bit of luck.
Luck will always be part of winning a championship, any sport.
Ball getting stuck in the outfield padding.
Yes, absolutely.
But also,
Alejandro Kirk's bat breaking on that final swing.
Well, that's not luck. That's baseball. I don't consider that.
I would
luck.
even argue that the ball getting stuck was part of the veteranship that you to just put
Yeah.
hands up. And
Well,
just
you know who did that? That wasn't Justin
That was
Dean. That
Dean.
was Kike.
Yeah.
It was both of them. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Kike was yelling at him. If you watch the video, Kike was yelling. He was running. He was going to go towards the ball like, oh crap, what do I do? And Kike was like this. So yeah. Anyway,
And Kike won moments, right? Game 6, playing in instead of playing back. I got to figure out what that is.
Yeah.
Playing in instead of playing back. That was a moment the Dodgers won.
that's
Miguel
Ralph's,
Rojas.
that's Ralph's BS meter going
No,
off. So
Miguel Rojas picking the throw from Kike. That's a moment that they won. That's what I'm talking about. You have to be able to win those moments. If you remember the Lakers of the 80s, they used to win moments, and that's how they won titles. And that takes a veteran, that takes experience. And the Blue Jays didn't have that. They may have out-hit the Dodgers most of the time and may have pitched really well a lot of the time. But when it came down to the moments, they failed miserably and they lost. And that's the bottom line. They lost because they played a better, more experienced team that was ready for the moment. Kershaw coming in to make that one out, he was up for the moment. The Blue Jays didn't have those players. They didn't have that experience in management. They didn't make the right moves. Doc made the right moves. And that's why the Dodgers are back-to-back champions. Go ahead.
Where I will go while you figure out.
I'll
those
figure that
things.
out.
Yes. Where I will go first of all is that the most maligned person of this dynastic run, where it feels dynastic, I hesitate to go that far. I would go nitpick through that, but through this run that the Dodgers have is Dave Roberts. He is the character that has ushered the most criticism. He is the person through which, whenever the Dodgers fail, they certainly go to him to see to where all the criticism and shortcomings fall upon. In this world, in back-to-back World Series specifically, he has navigated beautifully through his greatest Achilles heel, through his team's Achilles heel. And one would argue it's opposite problems in both ones. In last World Series against the Yankees, it was that he had no starting pitching. It was that he was able to rely on his bullpen, but how to get there was muddy. And then we completely flipped the script. And this year it is he has nothing but starting pitching and was able to navigate through that. Now it certainly helps whenever your starting pitching is so good that Yamamoto throws a complete game, is able to throw in 3 games on it and on no days rest, is able to come back. Certainly those help, and that's why he was MVP there. But then that speaks to the high level players that they're able to acquire through trust in organization, through brand recognition, through welcoming new players, creating a winning culture. All that said.
And the winning culture is the thing that makes the Dodgers a great organization. I am telling you right now. I'm so tired of the Dodgers bought the World Series.
Oh my gosh.
Nonsense. I'm so
It's
tired of it.
garbage.
Jason Kelsey was even talking about it.
Yeah,
I
he's an
think.
idiot.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, you of all people should probably know better. But look, I'm so tired of it. What you touched on is that's the thing that makes this organization great. The stuff that Ralph talked about, but it's all the behind the scenes stuff. They've developed a winning organization, a world-class organization at every level.
At every level.
Management, operations, the field, player development,
Every
minor
level.
leagues.
Outside of the parking.
Oh, the parking is absolute disaster. Oh my goodness.
That's the one that they are
Well, yeah,
lacking
that
behind the
is-
rest of the league.
and they can just blame Frank McCourt because he still owns the
Yes,
parking
yes,
lots.
yes,
Apparently,
yes.
this is all he got out of the Dodgers. So yeah, Ralph, I don't know if you have something to say about. Well, I know you do because we have a clip for it. But let's go down that path because I want to make
Which part?
Sorry. Hi, everybody. We don't know what we're doing on the show today. About the Blue Jays commentator saying that the Blue Jays were the better
So
team.
let's Caleb Johnson, who works for I think Sportsnet
Yeah, Sportsnet in Canada.
in Canada. So this theme, I want you to listen to this statement he made, and there's one curse word in there. I apologize, but he made a statement, and I want you to listen to that, and then we'll comment.
Curse word.
Yeah, and then we will comment on this.
I'm going to plug my ears while
Here we
he
go.
says the curse word.
Here he is.
A lot of wet eyes, and I don't doubt him, and I don't blame him for that. And it's going to sound like sour grapes, and I don't really give a shit, but I think the better team did not win this series. I think the Blue Jays are the better team, and I feel like they played baseball a certain way that was infectious, that grabbed the attention of the fans, and it's disheartening to see that the better team did not win. And that's not to take anything away from the Dodgers, but
Which
the
you
Blue
just
Jays,
did.
They did so many things correct. They did so many things right.
What an asinine statement, especially the last part. Well, the Blue Jays did so many things correct. They did so many things right. So you lost to a team that did more things correct and more things right. You're an absolute
Except
idiot.
for most of the series.
If I cursed, I'd call you a moron and an a-hole. This is typical.
Thank God he's not. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I know, right?
This is typical of the Canadian fan reaction that we
Oh,
have
no.
seen. No, I'm sorry. This has to be said. But this has been the reaction not only from the players who are not Canadian, but the Blue Jays players who are a bunch of whiny, cry little babies. Oh, we should have won because, we were on a historic run. Shut up. You lost because you didn't have the experience. You lost to a better team who played better ball. Right. And all you fans that were all sour grapes afterwards and sour grapes during games 5, 6, and 7. What happened? All this, we're going to win. You didn't win. You don't win it in 2 games. You don't win it in 4. You win it in 7. And the better team, BETT, better team won. So stop the sour grapes. Go into the spring and try to figure out how you get back. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't see you getting back. Not with that pitching rotation.
No, I agree.
Not
No.
with that bullpen.
Nobody saw-
You're not getting back.
Nobody
Yeah.
saw even heading into this
Right.
season.
They
That-
played over their heads.
They
Oh,
played.
100%.
Absolutely over their heads.
They-
And the champion won.
So I will give you a counter argument
Go ahead.
to your argument. Not necessarily because I disagree with you per se,
Okay.
but I think it's fair. When you talk about statistics, it is an academic exercise to say the better team won or lost
You're true.
because it's all on paper,
True.
right? It doesn't matter. How many times in history have we seen the statistically better team lose? And I'll give you the prime example, the 1988 Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah.
They
Heck yeah.
they were heading into the World Series with half their team on the IL. They called the Blue Cross Dodgers.
Yep.
Okay.
Mickey Hatcher.
They had rentals. They had journeymen on there.
Yep.
They had lost the roster. Kirk Gibson was going to be unable to play for the entire series at the beginning, right?
Yep.
And they were going against the highly vaunted, highly touted Oakland Athletics at the time. Now,
Best
this
team in
is
baseball.
this isn't the Oakland A's that you may remember recently. In 1988, the Oakland A's were a juggernaut. They had obviously Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire in their prime. like right when they started juicing, basically.
Fresh off the needle.
They had
right.
they had Dave Stewart, who was a lockdown pitcher.
Fresh.
They
off
had
the-
Walt Weiss. They had the meanest closer in the game at the time,
Oh,
Dennis
yeah.
Eckersley.
beast.
Okay, so they were going up against a downtrodden, defeated, dilapidated, depleted Dodgers. Okay, statistically, this should have been a sweep.
Easily.
But what happened? The better team did not win.
That's right.
The Dodgers put together the type of stuff, a little bit of it you saw this last World Series, but they did that the entire series. I mean, it is unbelievable. And then Kirk Gibson, of course, all this sets up Kirk Gibson's iconic at bat in Game 1 of the World Series.
Yeah.
That, of course, is legend. So that's my only counter to that.
But they won the moments. In 88, the Dodgers won the moments in the World Series. Kurt Gibson, that moment. Mike Davis before him taking that walk. Those were huge moments.
Oral Hershiser
Oral Hershiser
pitching out of his
right.
buttock.
Mickey Hatcher with big home
Singular
runs.
Oh, yeah.
buttock.
Mickey
mean-
Hatcher had more home runs in that series than Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco combined.
They won the moments. And the A's walked in there, the better team on paper, and figured that was enough. And it wasn't. The team that won the moments, that played their butts off, won the series.
So it doesn't matter if they're statistical the other team. That's an argument. That's how, listen, honestly, that's how losers talk.
And-
But so go ahead. Sorry.
Kike said this after this moron, Caleb Johnson, put this out. He
He's
had a
a-
picture of him and
Right.
Kershaw on the plane, flying back with the trophy in their hands. And he said, "I'm so happy the better team didn't win." That was phenomenal.
That's right.
I love Kike. So I want to slide into Kike. I know you got things to say, but I'm sorry we're getting past
Kike.
it.
You guys are just
Do
having
you
a
love
I'm
me?
having my
a Dodger
I earned this.
bluegasm right now, and
It's a
I'm enjoying
bluegasm.
it.
So I just want to. Kike made some comments at the parade. If you watch the parade, the parade was
bluegasm?
amazing. I don't know if you saw it. I watched it
I
live.
watched all of it. Yes.
It was a lot of fun to watch. It was just good to see the Dodgers just have that final celebration with everybody. Kershaw with his final moments in front of the LA fans. It was a blast.
But I'm so sorry. I do have a question. Has Clayton announced that it is his
Yeah,
final
he
season?
announced it.
Okay, I
He
couldn't
announced
remember if
it
he actually announced it or
during the
Paul just
season.
putting on
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah. So I have to play this Kike clip because I think all us Dodger fans felt this way.
Is there going to be profanity?
No,
in this?
there's
Do I
not.
have to
Please
plug
bleep
my
out.
ears?
I mean, he was
Freaked out.
certainly drunk enough to drop some.
He was absolutely drunk.
Oh, he was
So-
plastered.
But let's listen to this because I think every Dodger fan out there, Kike was speaking for all of us.
My teammates have been pretty humble. But I think it's time to talk. Everybody's been asking questions about a dynasty. How about 3 and 6 years? How about a back-to-back? Yes, we're a mother dynasty, baby. And I want to take this time to apologize to absolutely nobody. The triple champ, that's what the was. October out. Deuces.
Absolutely, Kike. I love that. That fires me up because he's basically saying, I apologize to nobody. Don't get mad because your ownership didn't put the best team on the field. Don't get mad because you don't have Doc as your manager. Don't get mad because we keep winning and we have the best players. If you don't like it, tough. And I'm apologizing to nobody, and we did it, and it's not easy to do. People like the Dodgers keep buying World Series championships. Really? Tell me how many they won in the last 25 years. How many?
Well, if money were a factor, the Mets should have done better.
Exactly.
The Yankees
Mets,
should have done
Phillies,
better. The
Blue
Phillies should have
Jays,
done better.
all have within 80 to 100 million dollars of their salary of the Dodgers. So stop with that stupidity. All right. I had to play Kike. I love Kike Hernandez.
I know.
I'm sure he'll be back next year. I hope
So
he
does
is.
It's
Neil's
wife's,
beloved. Yeah.
my wife's favorite player.
So does my spouse.
And I just love how he just doesn't hold back, man. He just lets it out. He speaks for all of us. But go ahead.
Well, hard to argue any of that. However,
Don't try.
to try and thread the needle here, to put a finer point
Go ahead.
and comb to all this. First of all, to your point, Ralph,
Mhm.
Dodgers remind me now currently of last year's Chiefs had they won. What their story would have been.
Okay.
What their story would have been is that they don't lose.
Yeah.
Like you have to beat them. And part of what the Dodgers did so well this postseason, what I would argue that they've done this entire year, is that they don't let things carry over, right? Like they could get blasted 13-1 in one game,
Mhm.
realize that those points, those earned runs scored, don't carry over to the next game. Each game is fresh. Each
Yeah.
game is new. And just as we discussed in last week when the season was 2 games, it was this is a season of 2 games. This is now a series of 2 of 1 game. Like that's all it is.
Yeah.
You just need to win the game ahead of you, what have you. They know that intrinsically. They are all to varying levels champions. They are all to various levels experienced in this. So that's where I would thread the needle of saying that they are just better and they win. I would put it more finely that they don't lose. Like you have to beat them, you have to clobber them, you have to step on their neck, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
That would be my first point. Second of all, heading into game 7, my thought on this was that I think it is best for baseball as a whole to now have a big baddie. It is best for, this is incredible. If you are watching on the stream,
Those look good on him, actually.
yeah, I know they're good glasses. Neil has taken a legendary pair of glasses and escalated the legend.
Wow.
But I would say that it is best for baseball that the Dodgers won. First of all, you need a big baddie if you're everybody else in the league, and I think this does crown the Dodgers as the big boogeyman that everybody gets to fight
Sure.
and gets to hate on and gets to now chase after
Mhm.
full-throatedly, and now have, because quite honestly, from the top down, outside of Kike, there's really not I'm saying from an opponent's standpoint,
Right.
that there is nobody who is a true villain here. Like there's nobody, like Kike now just to put words behind it. And even then it's like, it's out of jovialness. It'd be
Yeah.
like hating Travis Kelce. Like, why would anybody who's rational do such a thing?
Right.
Right, Ralph? Yeah, no, who would do it? Like, he's just a fun guy. I'm going to have you, but you're giving fodder to the fans to be like, oh, see how obnoxiously arrogant he is in winning and all this stuff. I get it. But like you look through it all, Shohei, I mean, couldn't be nice. He's practically just thank you to the fans for existing. I just want to play baseball. Like every guy, Mookie barely performed, but he comes up and now he's there's not a bad guy, but because of what they stand for, because of who they are, because of their perception, they are now the big bad guy for it.
Sure.
For our show, I wanted the Blue Jays to win. That would have just been incredible drama, incredible thing to come here and just see you guys Dodgers blue because of how they blew the World Series. But
Right.
They did not. Dodgers win. Finally, last thing. I'm sorry, 3 out of 6 years is not a dynasty make. Now, if they make it to the World Series one more time here, this upcoming season,
Oh, they will.
which I'm sure they will,
Uh-huh.
but should they? Then we can say even like they don't even need to win, but now we can talk dynasty. I think currently, because especially it's weird because your best player now is Shohei, and he was not there for 3 out of the 6 years. A lot of the characters like Mookie's still there. Obviously, it gets a little funky.
Mhm.
One more appearance, I believe, becomes a dynasty. 3 out of 6 years, it's a bit of a stretch, slight stretch there. I mean, like Clayton Kershaw's there, but he's certainly not the player that he was even from the first World Series to the last. So, those are my thoughts. Those are my
Those are good
overall
thoughts. Where's your
Thank you.
apology?
My apology.
Yeah,
Again,
for doubting,
I
you're
want the
doubting your
entertainment.
partner.
I want the entertainment. I want the drama. I wanted the
Then you
Toronto.
need to get married.
No, do I?
Because that'll give you entertainment and drama.
Oh, is that how that
Yes.
goes? There we go.
Ask him.
Why are you doing that to him, man? Why? Why do you wish that upon him? I will say this though. Ralph likes to start stuff. That's his thing.
Yes.
I
What?
want to just please.
Come on.
This
Innocent little Ralph. is there?
I
Don't
would
start
like to say that after game 5, my wife and I walked down Sunset Boulevard. We went to the Douglas bar, really close to Dodger Stadium,
Oh, those were
and
some.
it was taken over by Blue Jays fans.
Insufferable.
And they were all incredibly gracious and nice to talk to. And they were all most of them were very, they seemed very grateful. A lot of them, there's a couple that were like, Jay's in 6, right? And it wasn't a lot of them. Most of them were like, you know what? We know Yamamoto's coming up in game 6. We're scared of Yamamoto. So the Blue Jays fans, probably about 50 or 60 of them. And by the way, most of them had flown in to see the game from Canada.
certainly.
Not all of them are from Toronto. Some had actually just come. There's one dude. It's like, dude, I live in Alberta, and I heard, and I'm not even a baseball fan, but I heard this was happening. I had to go.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it was very cool. So the all of the Blue Jays fans with whom I interacted on Wednesday night at the Douglas were all fantastic. So Ralph
Good for
is
you.
just trying to start stuff.
No, I'm not. I'm addressing the idiots online, and there's a lot of them.
I'm not trying to start stuff. Those
No,
idiots.
But they are. They were aggressive idiots online that were talking about how bad the Dodgers were, how bad Yamamoto is, and all this other stuff for Game 6. I'm saying, you've never seen a pitcher like Yamamoto in your lifetime. This guy is a machine, and you're not going to beat him. And they didn't. And oh, by the way, he came back in Game 7 and threw another 2 2/3 after 96 pitches the day before.
When was the
That's
last?
insanity.
When was the last pitcher to win 3 games in a World Series?
That would be the guy from the Giants, or I'm forgetting his name.
The skinny kid?
Yeah.
Lincecum?
Lincecum? Did he win
Lincecum
3?
I don't know.
Or who's the guy that the Diamondbacks overpaid from the Giants? Even that pitcher.
No, I think it was Randy Johnson
I think it was Randy Johnson.
in
too.
2001. Ironically,
I think it was.
the Diamondbacks World Series.
When the
There we
Diamondbacks
So-
bought a World Series, you mean? Same argument that happened back then.
I
right?
feel like I can't comment on that
Quick,
anymore.
Sports Girlies on the text line. I don't know what's more insufferable, when Ralph is wrong or when Ralph is right.
That is
I
true.
guarantee you, it's both
Sports
equally.
Girlie, Sports Cow, the one that said Yamamoto is not the best pitcher in baseball. I think you might want to rethink that.
One moment before we move on, and I do
Oh,
think
we're not moving on.
well, there we go. But I suppose before we move on from the Toronto Blue Jays,
Yeah.
I'm not their fan. I do, I'm not. This doesn't hurt me to my soul and
Right.
core like
You're not a
like
Blue Jay fan.
Broncos loss to the Seahawks would and
Or the
has hurt
Raiders.
me.
The Raiders.
We didn't lose.
Almost.
It felt like we lost.
Yeah.
My God, we'll get to that later in the show. There's a tease.
Mhm.
I guess that's about the most exciting thing about that happened in that game.
Right.
The Toronto Blue Jays, though, that is a crushing loss. Like that feels like a truly devastating loss that will haunt you to the end of your days. And I'm
Absolutely.
not even. I don't even feel like I'm being hyperbolic.
I
No.
think you're right.
Yeah, because how many times did they lose that series? Like if you look through it, there's at least 4 times that they lost that series. First of all, the 18-inning game. Like that
Yeah.
had they won that, I think that could have crushed the Dodgers. Truly.
It changes everything.
Yeah,
They-
it changes everything because then, I mean, maybe that they go up 3-1. I don't think the Dodgers come back from
For
that.
as good as the Blue Jays are, and were in that series, to Ralph's point, they simply could not deliver the knockout blow. They couldn't do it, and they
No.
had so many
They lost the
opportunities
moment.
to do it.
The ball stuck between. That was game 6. Like even with Yamamoto pitching a gem right there, and then in game 7, that was anybody's game. There were so many times
That
that, it
was a
could have
coin
gone
flip.
either. That was a coin flip. Could have gone either way. But of course, the Dodgers did what they do, and they continued on. So, and for the Toronto Blue Jays, it's not like they were building towards something. Truly, I like nobody saw it coming this year. I don't see how they drastically improve and reclaim their spot this year, or sorry, this upcoming year. And then plus with, I mean, we can even get into the weeds of it with a looming work stoppage that I feel like is inevitable.
Yeah.
I don't think that helps teams like the Blue Jays to where it's like what are they going to do? Improve for one season possibly, and the Vlad contract is its friendliest now. It's not like it's going to age that well. It's it is truly devastating if you're a Blue Jays player, fan, owner, like anything. That feels like that was your shot.
It was franchise altering.
Yes.
It reminds, and I hate this is painful, but it reminds me of the 2014 Seahawk loss in the Super Bowl. It was franchise altering. That team, which was a team of destiny, a fantastic team, that one play changed that franchise.
And against the same thought of like the Patriots in that iteration, we're not going to lose.
Right.
Like you had to beat them. The Seahawks, gosh, they just fuddled around with it, and then
they lost
them.
They lost their locker room after that game. And I feel like you'll see changes with the Blue Jays going forward as well. And it's just how it works, right? And it's let's go to Blissful Hayes on the text line. Good morning, Ralph, Neil, and Philip. I'm sure Jeffrey will be apologizing to you about talking crap about the Dodgers for the last 5 years.
No, he won't.
Funny you should say that. I actually watched Game 7 with Jeffrey and Randy.
Did you?
I did. So I was able to make my points.
So looking at next season, so the odds are already out for next season.
Who's favorite, Neil?
Well, that would be the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they're
unsurprising.
favored by even more than they were last season.
I'm sure.
So they're at plus 370.
Yeah.
Guess who? Okay,
The
just for
Blue
fun.
Jays?
Just for fun.
They're not even in the top
Guess
five.
the
I
top
can't
five.
imagine that they
Hey,
are.
hang on. Guess the top five.
I would say Phillies are up there.
Phillies are third with a plus 1100.
Yankees.
I would say Yankees,
Yankees
are
are
up there.
second with plus
So we got 1, 2, 3.
750.
Tigers.
Tigers are not in the top
Yeah,
they're
no,
not.
Tigers. Where I wasn't going to guess in the top 5.
yeah,
Mets. I bet that
Mets.
they're
The
accounting for a
the
free
Mets
agent.
are actually sixth at plus 1500.
Padres.
The Padres are not in the top
Good,
five.
they shouldn't be.
Red Sox. I bet Red Sox.
The
are
Red
gonna
Sox are not in the top
What?
five. You want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll give you the number 4 one. So Dodgers are 1, Yankees 2, Phillies 3. Houston Astros are 4th at plus 1300.
That's wishful
Yeah.
thinking.
Now, who's 5th?
American League,
Yes.
Cleveland.
At the Seattle Mariners
forgot about
are
Seattle.
plus
Yeah.
1300.
Yeah, that's a good team.
Yeah, that's
So-
the team that I feel like could build like that.
Yeah,
the
they're
Toronto Blue
building.
Jays. Yeah.
So would you like to know where the Toronto Blue Jays land
I would
in
say
that?
9 or 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th.
Yeah.
Plus
Okay.
2000.
Because they don't have the pitching staff. Their bullpen's weak. They're probably going to lose some players to free agency.
I mean,
They're-
they were
it's
relying-
not a yeah.
They
Guess
were
what-
relying on actual innings from Max Scherzer. I
Yeah.
mean, and that's well, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Even on that,
This was their chance.
yes,
They were playing over their heads.
Yeah.
They were
Okay.
on a roll.
Guess where the Arizona Diamondbacks land?
Oh, I would probably say 18th, 19th.
20th.
Okay, that's
Plus
close.
5,000. Guess who has the worst odds, the lowest odds of winning the, well, it's actually a 3-way tie. Which 3 teams have the worst odds of winning the World Series?
definitely the A's are in there.
The
Angels
A's are
in
not
there.
in there.
What?
The worst odds?
The bottom
lowest.
3, they're at plus 50,000. The bottom 3
White
as of-
Sox?
White Sox are 1.
I am shocked that the A's are not
Um,
there. It's got to be the Angels.
The
Yeah.
Angels are very close, but they're not there.
What?
That's surprising.
That is. I am shocked.
Here,
The
all right,
Pirates.
let me
Who are
just
they?
let me just read these to you, okay,
Pirates?
for sake of time here. So this is 21 to 30. 21 is the Tampa Bay's at plus 5,000. The
Hmm.
Minnesota Twins at plus 8,000.
Sell the team.
The A's sell the team. Sell the.
I knew I'd get
The
'em.
A's are at plus 10,000. The Cardinals are plus 10,000.
That's crazy.
The Marlins are plus 12,000. The Angels, the Los the
Whatever.
the Los
Disneyland Anaheim Angels.
yeah the Angels they're 20 plus 20,000. Then it's the Pittsburgh Pirates,
Pittsburgh Pirates.
and the bottom 3 are Colorado, Chicago
Oh,
White Sox,
Colorado.
and the Washington Nationals.
Yeah, they got some good youth, but they don't have a lot. They need a lot of help.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the odds makers have already given the Dodgers a ridiculously again, like I was looking up. So last year, and I sent this in the group chat
You did.
just to show how faithful a fan I am to kind of offsetting of Ralph chirping at me for stuff. But on November 14th of last year, I put a $50 bet on the Dodgers to repeat
Yeah,
as
you
World
did.
Series champions. So I made $250.
That was actually kind of cool.
Cha-ching. Yeah. And you know where that money's going?
To your wife.
Lottery tickets. There you go. All right.
Well, can we just do this real quick? So you're talking about next year, right? Let's look at next year real fast. So for the Dodgers specifically, right? You've got Muncy, who just got his $10 million option
Yeah.
picked up, and you got Vesia, who got his $3.5 million option picked
Oh,
up.
and by the way, we have
Yeah.
to make sure we share, as the
Yeah.
Weekend Warrior, share our condolences to
We
the
do.
Vesia family
Yeah,
for
that
that
is-
very tragic loss. When they made that cryptic announcement,
That was horrible.
as
Yeah,
a
You
parent,
kind of knew.
that was my worst fear.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I am my love and positive energy going
One of
out to the Vesia
One of the
family.
few things that just supersedes sports.
Yes. Well, and the fact that the Blue Jays players were put 51 on their hats too.
That was very
Like,
cool.
that was cool. So,
I thought that was class.
yes,
That was
absolutely.
absolute class. And Vesia acknowledged that in his statement. I
Yeah,
thought that was
he
kinda
did.
cool.
Yes, absolutely.
But talking about the Dodgers for next year, so we talked about Muncy and Vesia being picked
Yeah.
up. Gonsolin's been DFA'd, which is amazing to think 2 years ago he was our number one pitcher.
Exactly.
He got DFA'd.
Wow.
Talking to a
Wow.
couple guys that I know in the organization. So the Dodgers have to get to their new 40-man roster by the 18th of this month,
Yes.
right? So they're working through that right now, and you'll see some more drops and a couple more ads that are coming up. Because think about this. The
No rest
Dodgers
for the
have
weary.
these guys coming back. These are returners that have been hurt, right? These are all pitchers. Gavin Stone,
Yes.
right? Evan
Oh,
Phillips,
Wow.
Evan Phillips.
Gratterall, Brock Stewart, Michael Grove, River Ryan, Kyle Hurt, all those guys are coming back. Those are all really good arms.
That's crazy.
And that's
So-
potentially with the addition of Tarek Skubal.
Well, we'll get to that. But I don't think they're all going to be able to take all those guys. But the
No.
point of this is they've got all this capital to go ahead and get somebody. Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to go after a closer. They have to go after a
Yes.
solid closer. Talk is that they're going to go after Diaz on the Mets. And they're going to go after another reliever, lefty reliever for the bullpen. Those are their two big targets
And
right now.
honestly, they might even just have capital to send away guys.
So
like
what is-
it might not even get somebody. It might just be
But they
that
got to
they'll-
get something for him.
What is
Draft
that?
picks, whatever.
So what does
Well-
that do for Tanner Scott then?
Well, he's under contract, so it'd be a matter of if they DFA him or not, or what they're going to do with him.
That's a tough contract.
It's tough
to-
because he's been hurt. You
Yeah.
didn't get a fair look at him last year. I think you got to give him a
Mm.
chance to come back in and get going. And if it doesn't work out, you let
Oh,
him go.
I'm willing. Listen, as much as I was a critic of Tanner Scott this year, I also understand that you've got an offseason now to get it right. So the Dodgers obviously
And-
gave him a lot of money.
and relievers
They did.
they are seasonal.
They
man.
are
like
seasonal.
that can be a great,
Yeah.
you can have a great season one year and just a abysmal season the next.
I'll tell you who I think they're going to go after. And I was surprised to see him not pick up his option, but from the Cubs. Is it Imanyaga? Is that his name?
Don't ask me,
Shota,
man.
the pitcher. Their best pitcher, their
Every
Japanese pitcher.
Cubs fan
who
is
pitched
yelling
with-
at Ralph now.
who pitched with Shohei and pitched with Yamamoto at the World Baseball Classic. He's now a free agent. He's a perfect fit for the Dodgers. I can see him becoming a Dodger. There's another guy out there that just got put out yesterday by the Nippon Baseball League, Munetaka Murakami.
Yeah, Murakami.
So you've
that's
heard this
been-
guy, right?
yes.
56 home runs at 22. He's this great hitter, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell you, this guy's a bust. And he doesn't fit with the Dodgers at all. He's not going to be a Dodger, but he's going to be a bust in the MLB. And this is why. First of all, for the Dodgers, they just brought Muncy back and they got Freeman at first. He can only play third, first, or DH. He doesn't fit anywhere in the Dodger organization.
Correct.
Number one.
Not right now.
Number two, with all the home runs this guy hits, he strikes out 10 times, 12 times more than anyone you know. He has such a loose
That
bat.
reminds me of some other Japanese player on the Dodgers that strikes
Don't
out
know
a
who
lot.
that is.
Hmm.
And this is the best stat. Pitches 93 miles an hour plus. He batted 095 last year. The year before at $175.
Hmm.
What's the average fastball speed in the MLB?
100.
94.2. This guy will fail miserably in the MLB. He's not a good player.
Okay, so
So I'm just
some
telling
other
you,
some other
bust.
team is going to get on the Japanese
Right.
player bandwagon and pick him up, and
He's
it's
a
going to be a
bust.
big deal, and it's going to
I'm
be.
calling it now. I'm planting my flag.
Hey, hit the button, man!
Do I have
You
to?
got to plant your flag. You have
If you're
to.
gonna plant your flag, you
We
gotta
have
plant-
to plant your
Like,
flag.
what are we gonna do? Just limply?
I'm gonna do a lot of things ourselves.
It's so quiet.
It kind of is apropos.
So I am planting my flag right now that this guy Murakami that's coming into the league this next year will be an absolute bust. He can't hit a fastball.
All right.
Anything over 93 miles an hour, the guy's terrible. And in the MLB, if you can't hit a fastball, you're toast. He will be a bust. Hope he goes to the Padres. Okay. You know.
One last thing, per the Toronto Blue Jays, as we leave them
Mhm.
in the dust,
That's it.
buried.
They're
Yeah.
dirty buried.
I do not believe that they were the better team. I think that the Dodgers unequivocally were and remain and still continue to be the best team in all of baseball, best team that money can buy, everything else. I'm not even saying that
Do you have
they're,
a gun pointed at him?
but the
It's
Toronto
on
Blue
it's under
Jays,
the table.
Okay.
the distinction is that I think that they were the hotter team. I think that
I agree.
that
Yeah,
is-
of course.
Yeah,
I
they
agree.
when they were scorching hot, like you can even look through like Vlad Jr.'s numbers. One could argue that was the best postseason performance this side of like Barry Bonds, and both ironically, like had he cemented it with a
Yeah.
win, I think you could have argued that that's the best series, like entire playoff production that one has ever done from the hitting perspective. Like Shohei Ohtani certainly had the highs. He certainly had the spice of certain moments in certain games. But weirdly enough, he had a slumping overall postseason as a whole.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, he had moments. He single-handedly won games for you, both in pitching and in hitting. I understand that.
Mhm.
But that does not mean that overall as an entirety of the picture of a season, a postseason, I think he had a down postseason. I think that
The thing about being as good as Otani is that when you are slumping,
it's still great.
nobody,
It's still good.
Nobody. Here's the thing: opponents don't believe it, so that's why he got walked,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like if this was some normal player who was slumping at this time, you'd be like, "Yeah, let's pitch to him." But they pitched around him, and
Yeah.
they worked around him so many times that's the thing about being good is
Right.
that you then have a reputation. Now, if this keeps happening,
Mhm.
people are going to start pitching
I
to him again. But I think that's what happened. This
I think
World
that you can
Series.
argue that he won them singularly in the World Series, like at least 2 games. Like he won the 18 one, which was what, game 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then game 1, I think he won. He
Well,
won
you know
those
what
2
it is?
alone.
It's aura farming. That's what we call it. What the
Oh,
kids
is that
call
what
it
we
nowadays.
call it? Yeah.
Or
I mean,
aura
he had an
farming.
1100 OPS and hit like what 8 home runs in 17
But
games.
again,
in
it
the
was really
postseason.
clumpy. It was really
but they
within
had
2
but
games.
again, there were moments.
Again,
There
he
were
won 2
moments
games.
that were
Yes,
important.
it's closer to Aaron Judge, and we to a man, everybody says Aaron Judge fails in the postseason. It is very Aaron Judge like to where it is clumped together. It is not.
But it won games for them. Where Aaron Judge
Yes.
last year wasn't winning games for them with his clumpiness.
One could. He's a clumpy man. Freddie Freeman.
What is this conversation
Is somebody that
happening?
like I would
Another
say
moment guy.
very much a moment guy and frequent moment guy. Like he won't give you. It's not clumps. It's like consistently like
Yeah.
the last home run or
It's
something.
not
I'd say
clumpy. It's very smooth.
And his
it's very-
defense.
it's very layered.
And his defense.
So that's where I'm saying Shohei is he'll win you single-handedly games, and that is certainly a value. But other times you're wanting him to rise up to a moment that he just doesn't get.
You know
to
when
at
it changed?
Mm.
This is when it changed. It changed when Doc put Will Smith batting second
Oh, there was a lot.
and brought Miggy in to play second base.
Yeah, that's when it
It
changed.
changed the entire series.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, there were lots
Just-
of moments that Dave Roberts pulled a
But-
lever that was the right thing.
And serendipitously putting Pages in the game
Oh,
right
yes.
before that hit
What a-
that
what a
hit to the
play.
outfield, like that was just amazing. So
So
Dave,
Pages,
yeah.
we love you now.
Yeah.
No, we always did.
Dave Roberts, yeah, he
Miggy.
struggled, but Dave Roberts, the thing I'll say about him, since we're talking about Dave Roberts, I was on the bandwagon to get rid of him last year, and
Yeah.
I thought after the San Diego series, if we had lost that, I think there may have been some
Oh,
case
yeah.
for it. But
A strong.
Excuse
case.
me, here we
Let's
go.
not
Sorry
even,
about
like,
that.
look
Here's-
back at it.
here's
He was
my
going to get fired.
analysis, and Ralph knows he has inside knowledge, and so it's like I get it, but
He hears whispers.
he does. He has, yeah. He
Hearing him
gets
now.
texts from Dave Roberts every morning. Good morning, Ralph.
I do.
Hey,
So-
sexy boy.
The thing about the Dodgers organization is that with Andrew Friedman, they're an analytics, and they have analytics is a huge part of the organization.
Yeah.
But I think that to me, what I feel like has happened, and I can't prove this, but I feel like that the transition that has taken place with the Dodgers is that they have gone from being mostly analytics driven to being analytics informed, meaning that
Ooh, very
despite the analytics,
Interesting.
sometimes Dave Roberts uses his gut to make decisions, right?
good. I'd say nowadays.
It's a feel for things. That I don't think he was like that necessarily starting 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yes.
I think he's evolved into that because if you look at all the decisions being made, the chess moves that were made over the course of the series, I think that he has to get credit for it. And I think that's and I think that every winning organization, that's going to start to become a trend. I mean, I feel like it's probably how the Blue Jays operated too, is that analytics is great for the regular season, but it doesn't help you much in the postseason. I mean, the Oakland A's,
You're right.
they demonstrated it, and we all thought everyone was. I mean, and you could argue that John Henry hired what's his name, Theo Epstein,
Theo Epstein, yes.
to do all that stuff, but ultimately, the best teams are ones that use analytics as one decision point when making decisions.
No, that's incredible. Yes, yes. Postseason baseball, almost completely a different animal than regular
It
season.
really
baseball.
is.
Analytics would have told, and Dave Roberts said this. Analytics told him to take Miggy out before that at bat in the ninth inning.
Yeah.
And
Not
he
even
didn't-
play
and he- And he
Yamamoto.
said, "I'm not doing it."
Yeah.
And look what happened. To your point.
Exactly.
Last question. Do the Dodgers
You
three-peat?
promise?
Real quick. What's your opinion? Will the Dodgers three-peat?
Yes.
You think they will? I do.
Yes. I think it's
they
going to
will.
be it's going to be incredibly tough and bloody, and I don't think it's going to be the same team. But I think that I at this point, yeah, if the Dodgers can keep it together, like all they have to do, like here's the thing: the Dodgers stumbled, in my opinion, as good as they are, they stumbled through that World Series. They were so good they didn't have to play their best to win.
all year.
Can you imagine if they? And again, I'm okay with them struggling in the postseason as long as I see a consistent trend upward. I
Yeah.
saw a downward trend that really bothered me. But if they can maintain a little bit better consistency, they don't have to win the division. They could even host the wild card game again. They could even be in the wild card game as the road team. I don't care. as long as they can get to the postseason, I think that they'll be in a good spot. I don't see anybody knocking them off.
He's a believer. That's exactly what I said before the playoffs started. We kept arguing about it every week.
We
That's
did.
exactly what I said. Do you think they can three-peat?
Can they? Yes.
Will they?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I think
I'm just going against numbers, man. Like that is so. It's been years since we had a back-to-back champion, let alone three-peat.
Correct.
I mean, all it takes is the Milwaukee Brewers
2000.
to all of a sudden grow something, grow
grow a pair.
grow a wallet. Yeah, either way.
Well, remember, next year will be impacted by the ABS.
Is it going to be next year or is it the season after?
No, it's next
No,
season.
it's next season.
We will have the ABS next season. That people don't realize that will have a big impact on the game.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
That is, yeah, and I'll be very curious. Like,
ABS for
what
the
do we
layman.
think about that? I mean,
ABS.
initially, like, how is it going to change the
Automatic
game,
balls and
Ralph?
strikes.
How do you think it's going to change the game, Ralph?
It's going to change those moments where those umpires have made such terrible calls in such key critical moments. I could think of in game, I think it was game 7, there was a 2-inning stretch, Kike, whenever he got pissed off because it was 2 batters in that 1 inning that both walked on ball 4, but he called them out on strike 3, which if they had ABS, they would have both walked.
Well, is it
It was
is it
a
gonna,
huge inning that got taken away from them.
is it going to be called like it was in the postseason where it is used on challenges of
You can
umpire?
challenge it. I think you get 2 or 3
You get
challenges.
2.
And if you keep winning, you keep going.
But we're not going with the ABS call initially. It is the umpire and the
Umpire calls, batter, or anybody else can challenge.
okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the ABS
get
is
2 challenges.
It's only activated on a challenge.
Right.
Okay.
And if you win, then you get that challenge back and you keep going.
From what I saw in spring training, it's super easy. Like even like, and I love umpire CB Buckner so much. I hope he retires because he's going to. There's no way a guy like him is going to be able to exist in the.
I think a few
in the
guys might be
ABS
I think for
era.
his game specifically,
here's-
they should allow more than 2.
Well, no, exactly. So here's the thing about I did some back of the napkin calculation, and even at his worst, let's say that you reverse 30 calls in a game, it'll extend the game like 10 minutes. So it's not going to be even the worst umpire. It's not going to be a substantial increase in game time. But
Oh, yeah.
you better believe,
if you reverse
man,
30 calls, somebody needs to get fired.
They're well, that's the thing.
I
A
don't
guy
think
like
so.
him, I would. That's my prediction. Can you? Or I hit the plant the flag. I'm going to plant my flag on this one.
And crank it.
We do the flag thing. We know what we're getting ourselves into.
He is all about plant flagging.
CB Buckner will retire from Major League umpiring
Wow.
before the year starts.
I feel like Angel Hernandez kind of saw the writing on the wall.
He
Like,
did.
right? Like he was like, why am I even going to deal with it?
he comes across like just interacting and like seeing how he reacted to stuff and how he responded to things. He's the most
Entitled.
arrogant, narcissistic, non-self-aware person on the planet. How do you develop that reputation?
Neil, how dare you? People paid their good money to go see him. To go see him officiate this game. How dare you,
They
Neil?
did, some of them.
How
It was
dare
such a
you?
show.
How dare you, sir?
So can we'll move on from the World Series.
Yeah,
I think we're good.
Let's
yeah,
move on.
I don't
I'm
know.
good.
Are we good? Do you guys
Honestly,
need
I
to
was
clean
good
up
a
on
while
IL
ago, but-
Blue? Yeah. My goodness.
Hey, it's just another good year for us.
I was just
And
trying.
just think, in about 95 days, it all starts up again.
It all starts up again. You
Oh,
can't
by
carry
the way,
one year
just-
to another.
Just so you know, is that my next door neighbor across the street is a Diamondbacks fan,
Yeah.
Oh,
and he's been obnoxious at times about his hatred for the Dodgers.
Right.
He's not so much a Diamondbacks fan as he is an anti-Dodgers fan. So every night since the Dodgers won the World Series, I have my Go-V lights at my house flashing a Dodger light show. And
That's
I've been doing it
hilarious.
every night this week. Last night was the last night.
What?
But I have been reminding him early and often, from 5:15 to 11:59 at night, every night for the last week, who the champs are.
Which Dodger is going to be the Dodger you miss the most? Because obviously Clayton Kershaw would be the easy one, but
Outside of Clayton, who do you miss the most?
I'm thinking it's going to be Kike. Kike, I think, is gone.
I don't think they
I think
sign him
another
again.
bad like regular season. I don't think that they bring him back.
No, I think they do.
All right, so then
It's a culture thing. You need to have. He's a dugout guy.
He is awful during the regular season.
It doesn't matter. He's a
Like, he is
dugout guy.
non-existent.
He's a
He's
presence.
an empty
now.
bat.
It's not about his bat during the season. It's about what he brings to the team.
I-
It's really important.
Honestly, I would even just have him, not even play him during the regular season.
No, you play him because he's a really good defensive outfielder and he does a good job. He gets big hits here and there. He's not going to go out there and bat 300 or anything like that. But he's a moment guy.
He was a defensive contributor this postseason.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was not. His offense was okay here and there, but not like in the past.
Wholly uninterested in the regular season.
Who are we going to miss?
Like, who's gone? Who do you
miss-
think is gone for sure that you will just miss? That will be like, you know what? It sucks. Good.
I'm
great guy.
not going to miss Michael Conforto.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily gone. He's got a good contract, so he might stay.
There is no way in God's
He might stay.
green earth that you bring him
Just
back.
reading about it. He might stay.
Absolutely zero. That is propaganda by his agent.
I don't know who's going to be
There
on.
is no way.
I really don't. I mean,
You know, something's going to change. Like,
well, yeah, because you have so much youth and arms and
and also,
different
what happens
things.
if they bring in like a Kyle Tucker? Like, somebody's
No,
going to go.
they won't bring in Kyle Tucker. People keep saying that one. That one's stupid.
I've
It's
kind of
not
wondered
happening.
why that would.
Yeah, the Dodgers don't need Kyle Tucker. They're not bringing in Kyle Tucker. Dodgers need a closer.
They need
They
a
know they
closer.
They need a solid closer. And I hate to say this because they really don't need it, but if a great starter comes available, they're going to go after him.
They also need a bat in the outfield, another one, because the left field has been problematic.
Yeah. Dude, they got some guys.
can't
They
even-
got some guys in the farm though, man.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, it doesn't matter where you get them from. You need to do that. But yeah, let us not forget the Dodgers farm system could probably have beaten half the teams in the MLB this year.
number one system
on
in the
their
league
own.
for a reason.
Think Will Smith will come back next year?
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
got a
he's on
10-year
contract.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
he'll be
right.
back.
He ain't going anywhere.
How about Rortvet?
It'll be between Rortvet and
Rushing.
And Rushing.
I think you sell off Rushing.
You're going to get rid of one of them.
You get rid of Rushing, I think. And
Yeah, I
get-
think
get
I'd be
something of
sad to see
value for
Rushing
him.
go. I've been following his career in the minors because of the people that we know down there, and
Sure.
I like him, but I think he will get an opportunity somewhere else. Probably.
Yeah,
because
I think
Rortvet
so.
seems to be the guy behind Will Smith.
He came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I
just
think
give
he's
it-
your guy behind Will
Well,
Smith.
you know, also's not coming back. Probably, I'm guessing Alex Call. He was a rental anyway.
Yeah, and I wouldn't miss him. I don't really. He
didn't
really
do much. He didn't do much other than light a fire under Pages' butt to like play better.
Pages better come out next year and play, otherwise he'll be gone.
Yeah. Pages is on the hot seat
he's
as
on,
well.
He's on finish up.
I think not so much who am I going to miss. It's more of I'm really excited to see what the arms look like next year because there's so
Okay,
many of them down in
ahead.
AAA.
Go ahead and say it, Ralph.
No,
Go
not
ahead and
that.
say it.
They have to make a decision on him, so we'll know in
On who?
10 days if he's on the 40 man or not.
On who?
Ronan
I'll say-
Kopp.
Okay.
If
there
he'll be on the 40 man or not, we'll know in 10 days. They either have to put him on the 40 man or he goes to Rule 5.
And then he
So,
gets.
If he goes 40 man, you will see him next year. And this is a 6'7" lefty that throws 100 miles an hour to the bullpen. That's scary.
that'd be sweet.
That's scary.
I'm
So-
also hoping, on a side note, unrelated to them, I'm hoping that John Klein gets to the 40 man for the Minnesota Twins. Because
I
that's
mean, Will Klein?
not Will Klein, John Klein. Because that's my son played baseball with him at
Oh, that
Osseo
guy.
High
Yeah,
School.
yeah, yeah.
So he's,
Nickname Lazy Boy.
I think I'll be sad to see Will Klein not make the team because I don't think he does.
I don't think he does.
that is.
But what a great moment he had.
He wrote his. Yeah,
Awesome.
he'll get his bag.
And I was sad to see Dean get picked up by the Giants.
Yeah.
Because he's just a good guy.
You know, if there's anybody you could withhold a championship ring from, like Blake Trinan.
Blake Trinan needs to retire. He's
You heard it here first.
No, he does.
folks.
He needs to retire. He's done. He's never come back from his injury. He was terrible this year because of that.
Yeah.
And unless he can change something with that this next
You
year,
can't retire, guys.
you
Then
gotta let
you
him go.
retire yourself. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, exactly. Trinan. How about Bonda?
Strike up the bond.
I'm on the fence with Bonda.
Me too.
I'm on the fence. It's going to depend on what else there is. There's so much other talent.
He can go back to
It's-
the Diamondbacks.
You guys just don't understand. There's so much talent at AAA. It's sick.
guys.
No, really. I've watched a lot of these guys throw. It's sick how good they are.
It makes me sick too.
And I think you'll see more of Enrique Hernandez, that the kid that came in the
Oh, yeah.
before Will
Oh, you mean
Klein.
Henriquez?
Enrique. Before
Good
Will Klein,
Lord, you
everybody
butchered
forgets
his
about
name.
his 2 innings. That guy's 103, 104 miles an hour, and his control's getting better. He'll be a part of next year.
My sources in the Dodger organization say
At the
107.
fan shop?
Yeah.
Your what source? This is your source.
I hear-
The
I
lady
hear-
that takes your money.
I hear voices in my head too.
Hey, so let's pivot. Let's quickly.
Well, we
Yeah,
got a few
very
minutes
quickly,
before our
Can we
break,
talk about
so-
the NBA real quick?
We can talk about the
Can
NBA.
we
I love
talk-
to
That'll only take 5 minutes.
Can we talk about how impressive the LA Lakers have been to start the season?
They have been.
I'm I'm a Laker fan, but I'm really surprised at how good they look.
They have a few. They have a few impressive wins, and of course a couple of tomato cans that they were successful to knock down. Which is
Tomato
true.
cans.
No, it's true.
You
I
mean like the Spurs?
no, I mean the Trailblazers. No, Spurs. That's an incredible performance that they were able to stop Wemby
Without
Why is
without.
your camera so high?
Well, it's because I took a seat back. My back was hurting from carrying the show. You know, it's
That's true.
without Reeves, without LeBron
Reeves.
James.
They had a tremendous effort from their bench, and certainly crazy enough, dominating over there.
Say it. Say it.
He's looking good.
Say it.
He's looking good.
Say
Yeah.
it, Suns fan.
Who?
I'm not a Suns
Or
fan.
you are now. Say it.
No. I like how I get painted Toronto Blue Jays and Suns fan.
I know.
Just,
Seriously, isn't
however,
that bad?
whatever Ralph needs in order to make me the embodiment of whoever he's currently
I need it
not
for this
hating
point.
on.
Just say it.
Just say what? That he's working?
Say who it is.
Say who it is.
Who's the guy that's
Say-
unbelievable right now? You're going, wow,
say
this guy's
his
good.
name.
DeAndre Ayton.
That's right.
I know.
17 and a half points a game.
He's looking.
He
feisty.
outplayed Wemby.
It took it. Unfortunately, in the NBA specifically, it takes this right. Like the story for me in the NBA right now is the John Morant stuff, where it's fascinating to me. Like it on so many levels on how John Morant over there, max player. You look at about like 2 years ago, and he would be somebody that you wouldn't even. He was like a top 5 player, especially to like not trade that you could barely find. Now. You're probably looking at like a Tyler Hero trade that you would not flutter or bat an eyelid and say, yeah, that kind of makes sense to go to the Miami Heat. Or, yeah, let's trade him for Zion because then you can swap lemons here and maybe that works for one or the other. It's insanity to me that because of strictly a minutes decision, like a minutes time here, he's like, I'm not getting my minutes, that it works. And maybe he himself could use a little bit of humble pie that DeAndre Ayton is having because DeAndre Ayton, make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. He is playing for his career right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is playing because, yes, he's made his money. Totally fine. Like we've seen Ben Simmons have a similar thing where he himself is now done. Like he's retired. He's literally going fishing. The man loves to fish. So he is literally fishing.
Wow.
He's made his bag. He's done. He's fine with that. He's accepted that. DeAndre Ayton, you've made your bag. You can do what you want with it. But do you want at least a DeAndre Jordan career where, yes, DeAndre Jordan made a bag, but he's still going. He's still making that $1 million a year paycheck. And good on him for doing so. Do you still want that? Do you still want a place in the league? Because this is how you do it. You are in a place where both LeBron James and Luka Doncic both rely heavily
LeBron James
rely heavily on bigs and can certainly boost and get production on their numbers. And you are not the offensive focal point of a team. So can you swallow your ego, produce on the defensive side at all, and then just handle a lob?
Yeah.
Just a lob-a-pop. It's like a lollipop, but a lob. A lob-a-pop. And get your double-double and just enjoy the next day. Because that's all that's required of you. And thus far, he swallowed that pill.
He's looked good.
And he's looked very good.
He's looked good defensively, too. He
Yes,
hasn't been
yes.
bad.
Yes, I just wanted it. I think everybody who's ever seen DeAndre Ayton just wanted gosh darn effort.
Yeah.
Like it's not just about the offensive side of the ball, especially if you're big. I don't need you to block everything. You don't need to be Victor Wembanyama out there. What I need though is that on the easy effort, give me a rebound play. I want an effort. I want at least 20%, not the 5% that you lollygagged over there.
What's amazing to me, 17 and a half points per game. Hachimura, 16.7.
Hachimura's been
He's been
on
great.
fire.
Reeves, 31 points a game. And then Luka's just 40 points a game. All without LeBron. What's interesting is when LeBron comes back, what's the negative impact on this?
No, there could
be.
Get out of here.
Because look at the
Bench
flow.
LeBron.
No, what I mean by that is I like this because you don't need to rely on LeBron to do what he has been doing over the years. He could actually sit in more of a role play now. It's Luka's team. Let Luka drive the bus. Let Reeves. Luka and Reeves, this is their team. He could be a part of that.
Oh, there is certainly an argument that getting 20 games off or whatever it ends up being for LeBron James could be the best thing. Like we looked at the bubble championship that everybody talks about.
Right.
What is understated on that time and time again is that that for both Anthony Davis and LeBron James, they only had to play half a season. That's the best version. That's the best thing that you could ask for an aging superstar such as LeBron James. So there is certainly an argument that this team is better, is being coached better by a non-rookie head coach now that looks very good.
He does.
And skinny Luka, heaven forbid, like he
looks great.
He's averaging 40 on the season. It's insane. Sky's the limit.
So on the text line, Chief Skull, Phil, thank God you're not wearing Dodger gear. I'm gonna puke right now.
I know it
And he
is.
sent a picture of his TV with us on it.
It's a lot.
And then he's got this ugly Vikings logo there. Hey man, look at this. That's better than your ugly logo.
I don't
This is
know,
a
it's
team
close.
that wins. Anyway, we're gonna talk NFL when we come back hour 2. So definitely come join us. We got a lot to talk about in the NFL. That was our World Series hour.
Yeah.
And it's
And now
over.
we're done talking about it.
No
till
more
next
Dodgers
February.
until the
Come back for
lockout.
hour 2 of the Weekend Warriors. We'll see you in a minute.
Arizona's solar scene is crowded, and real transparency can be hard to find. That's why we created the Harmon Solar Podcast, an honest, no-pressure guide to going solar in our state. Each episode, we break down the stuff that actually matters. No hype, no jargon, just clear info so you can make confident decisions on your solar journey. Our goal is simple: educate and empower. Solar isn't right for every home or business, but everyone should take a look. Follow the Harmon Solar Podcast on your favorite app. Just search Harmon Solar Podcast. Local, honest, solar done right. Incentives and savings vary by utility, rate plan, usage, and equipment. Not tax or legal advice. See details in the show notes.
After you cook, are you staring at a pan full of grease? Pan dust turns messy grease into dry, scoopable crumbs in seconds. Sprinkle, stir, let it set, wipe it out, done. Fewer towels, cleaner counters, and yes, happy drains. Want to see it work? Open YouTube and search Pan Dust Absorbs Grease, or go straight to our channel at Pan Dust Absorbs Grease. Watch a quick demo, hit subscribe, and share it with your bacon-obsessed friends. It works on cast iron, non-stick, baking sheets, even grill pans. It's plant-based, no harsh smell, and cleanup is weirdly satisfying. Make cleanup the easiest part of cooking. Pan Dust absorbs grease.
Game day, date night, or a midweek bite, make the Spot Neighborhood Grill your go-to. Sizzling burgers, crispy wings, street-style tacos, fresh salads, and shareables that disappear fast. Add an ice-cold draft or a classic cocktail, and you've got your new neighborhood favorite. Wall-to-wall TVs so you won't miss a play, a patio made for Arizona evenings, and that friendly local vibe you love. Find us at 2 Valley locations: Scottsdale at 18,251 North Pima Road, and Glendale on 5350 West Bell Road. Dine in, grab takeout, or order ahead. Find us at thespotgrill.com for the menu, hours, directions, and daily specials. Again, that's thespotgrill.com. The Spot Neighborhood Grill. Great food, great people.
Turn your backyard into the best seat in the house with Curbalite, the app-controlled landscape curb that wraps your trees in color. Pick any hue, run preset scenes, even schedule your lights right from your phone. And on party night, make the lights dance to the music. Choose the traditional round tree ring or the contemporary square. Both install in minutes and link together for bigger, brighter displays. Connect up to 12 sets to frame your whole space. Built for real weather, Curbalite is tested in extreme heat and cold, so your glow goes year-round. Level up your nights, game day, holidays, or just because. Get Curbalite now at Curbalite.com. That's Curbalite.com.
You're listening to the Weekend Warrior Show. It's time for hour number 2.
It's the weekend! Warriors! Warriors! Coming to play!
Here we go.
All right, everybody, it's hour number 2 of the Weekend Warriors. I'm Ralph Romano, alongside my partners in crime. We've got the legend, Neil Lynch, and the legendary Philip Ammerrein. And this is the Weekend Warriors.
Hey everybody, listen, I gotta tell you, if you're listening to the show, we love you and we're glad you're here. But I'll tell you what, there is an extra level of fun, awesomeness, and tomfoolery, skullduggery taking place on our live stream on X, on YouTube and on Facebook. You should watch if you can, because I'll tell you what, there's stuff going on that just would just absolutely, I don't know, blow your mind, make you cringe, make your day. I don't know, something, right?
Skullduggery.
We got all kinds of stuff going on here. And if you can't interact on our live streams, which you can do, and we'll listen to your comments and take your comments, you can also text us on the Weekend Warriors text line, 866-412-6366. Hey, throw us a text, send us a comment, get involved in the show, but watch if you can.
All right. Speaking of that, on X, Chase Skull is like, this Dodgers love has to end, especially for Neil, who is from Minnesota. Neil is from LA.
So
Born and raised.
Chief Skull, thank you for, okay. No, I appreciate that. I was born in Los Angeles in 1969, giggity.
During the gold rush.
I moved back when the prospectors went. I was on the Donner Pass. No, then I moved from Los Angeles to Green Bay, Wisconsin in 1995. And then I moved to the Twin Cities in 1998. And I was there for 25 years and then recently moved to, 2023, moved to the Valley of the Sun. So to set the record straight, yes, I'm originally from LA.
He also wants to know, he says, does Neil think he's Jim McMahon wearing sunglasses indoors?
Outrageousness. I remember that reference. That was a great commercial.
Oh, Chief Skull.
Do I think I'm Jim McMahon? No. I think I'm better.
You got too much hair. All right.
I don't have any CTE either. As far as we know.
Not yet. It's coming.
Yeah, boy.
It's time.
Being on this show.
It's not time for that.
What was that? Nice button push,
Time
dude.
for this.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the games of last week.
Who's running this show?
All right.
anyway?
So
Good
Chief
grief.
Skull comes back and says, I was born in Norwalk, California, and my first game ever was a Dodger. Well, then you should be a Dodger fan, traitor.
Oh, listen, I'm not going to go down that path.
I'm just saying.
Because that's what everybody else does. Norwalk, California, huh? My sister lived in Norwalk. So here's a funny story for you, Chief Skull, since we're having a conversation. My mother hated driving the freeways in Southern California. And so she would actually, from the San Fernando Valley, she would take surface streets all the way to Norwalk.
Gosh.
That was some of the greatest times ever. It was like an hour and a half, 2-hour drive every time I went to go see my sister. But my mom refused to take the freeways. So we always took like Sepulveda to like, what is it? To when you go through, Sepulveda. No, you take Sepulveda, you take Ventura to Sepulveda, and then we took Rosecrans or something down. It was crazy. Anyway, good times.
Anyway, yes.
Do we have we have an update here?
So the end of, the games of last week.
Yes,
they
let's
happened
talk about
last
that.
week.
Thank you.
And this isn't going to happen till later. But in case you are watching us for our skullduggery and our shenanigans, there's a reason why I'm wearing an obnoxious crown. Should we tell them now since it concerns the games of last week, or do we want to wait till the picks?
I think because you think you're a king.
I do.
No kings. No kings.
Yeah,
no kings.
You're on the
No
wrong side of that
kings.
argument, my
No
buddy.
there we go.
Anyway.
So concerning the games of last week,
Okay.
when we do our pick segment, which comes up later on, we pick 6 games.
Yes.
It is almost impossible to get 6 games correct. I mean, if you do that in the NFL,
Believe me,
and
I
you bet
know.
on it, oh my God, you're a king. And then guess what happened? I did it. 6-0, baby. Let's go.
We have
Let's
to play the king thing. 'cause
We'll
I
do
think
that
he
for the
deserves
last
it.
5 minutes segment.
Yeah, why not? Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
because
the
there's a
king gets the
reward
whole
that
court.
comes with being the king. But last week we there's a couple games. Which ones do you guys want to talk about? I think the one that is the most just absolutely incredible of dysfunction is the Bears beating the Bengals 47-42. That is just delightful.
I watched the end of that game. Wow, unbelievable. You had
The
the
Bengals
you
defense
had
is
you had
horrendous.
that tight end dead to rights, and he just pinballs off your defenders and goes in for a touchdown. That's fantastic.
Bengals get exactly what they paid for. Get exactly what they deserve. It couldn't have happened to a nicer crowd.
You are on the record, I think, is a Bengals hater. Is that right?
I'm certainly on the hating on their organization on what they did and how they attacked the offseason.
Hate the organization.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
That's
They
fair.
barely were able to even pay the one good player on defense that they had. And then on top of it, you go to the Bengals defense, and then you say, you know what? Forget all of you guys. You guys are good enough. Let's pay not only our top wide receiver, who would be a number one wide receiver across the league, but let's pay our second guy too. Like, what are you doing, guys? Like, that is not where your issue lies. And also lay with your offensive line. That's gone, and so is your quarterback. And now you got Joe Flacco out there surprisingly doing well. Like, he's doing so well that he's making me question my thoughts on Joe Burrow. I'm not gonna lie. Like that, like it is so good how scary he is.
You're not questioning your sexuality of it before?
Well, I mean, with Joe Burrow, all things are questionable, of course. I mean, my goodness, I want to be home alone with that guy.
I guess
But Joe,
wow.
Yeah, Ralph knows it. But Joe Shiesty over there is not looking good because these Joe Flacco games, 4 tutties, 470 yards against the Bears defense, an opportunistic Bears defense over there, looking well. But in the end, and in the Bengals end, the Bears finally overcame and won a game 47-42 in just absolute delicious fashion, advancing to 5-3 and making for a very muddied NFC North that is just
the
carnivorous.
NFC. I was thinking about that. The NFC North is an absolute, like, it's kind of a dumpster fire, but well, and again, this is you know who's rising from the ashes, who's going to be apparently the NFC North champion.
If you go to Chief Skull over there in his nation, I'm going to barf.
Oh no, it's going to be the Lions.
no,
It's going to be the Lions.
Lions?
Absolutely. Oh yeah, it's literally the Lions. And
after losing to said Vikings.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, they
have two bad
you
divisional
can,
losses.
You can get up for one game, right?
I've heard
But
that.
I don't think that's
Depends
what
on
you've
how
heard.
old the lion is.
Well, that's true. I don't know, man. JJ McCarthy is lightning in a bottle. I don't know. I know Chief Skull's going to disagree with me, but I think that at worst case scenario or best case scenario, it's Lions Vikings fighting for the division. I think
Lions Vikings, no.
What about the Bears?
Oh my.
Yeah, the Bears, yes.
The Bears are
Well,
right there.
The Bears are. It's gonna. That's why it's so tough, though. The only team right now, and this is,
and even the Packers.
This. Well,
Yeah,
hang
but
on.
they
This
don't
is
look
me
good.
saying this. This is me. We're talking here. This is Neil. I think the team that's struggling the most right now is Green Bay Packers.
Struggling, absolutely.
and they're going to be in trouble. But and a lot of that's because they lost Kraft for the season.
Yes, that is
That's a
big
horrible
loss.
injury.
It's a big loss.
I'd
and
argue
that
that he
game-
was their best wide receiver left.
That game was absolutely pathetic. It was
Yes.
unbelievable.
But also, you're attributing that to your connotation with the Panthers. I have a much higher thought on the Panthers. I'm the person who almost was on the precipice of betting both Jeffrey and Triple H that the Panthers would be 7+ wins.
You did.
And I was right there. I actually no, I did. I think we did bet that.
I think
as
you
well.
did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
Good luck getting that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got my pound of whiskey before that happened. But yes,
you get pound of whiskey.
if we look at the Vikings and
Wow.
Lions,
That's cool.
I wonder how you feel about this, Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph.
That didn't change much of my thought about JJ McCarthy. To
No,
be quite
no.
like he put it in good. He had good ball placement. He did not get a lot of pressure on him
Plays
for the
his
day.
balls well.
I think he started out the game very well. They started out at a 14 to nothing advantage, and
Yeah.
came up to 7. Or no, I guess it was 7-14 because the Lions scored first. I forgot about that. But they were always ahead in game script pass. Once they got the lead, they never relinquished it. It wasn't anything that made me change my mindset on how he played. It was a great divisional win. Good for you on coming
Right.
back on an injury. I still have doubts.
That win was more about the Vikings defense than it was about him.
Yeah, Brian Flores,
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
defensive coordinator for the Vikings.
No,
Drop a
I'm a
gem.
long way from saying anything good about McCarthy at this point. We need to see a lot more, and we need to see it every week, not here and there. And we need to see
Captain
consistency.
Handoff, you mean?
So Captain Handoff. So we'll see as he continues down this road. But I don't think the Vikings have a shot in hell at winning the
No,
being in
I
the playoffs. I mean,
I still think it's the Green Bay Packers. And they
they need to get their stuff together, dude.
They have the
Yeah.
best looking highs and the worst looking lows of that division. Let me
They
tell
do.
you. Like the Vikings at least have the excuse of like our starting quarterback got injured, our backup quarterback got injured. At least they have that. The Packers, Jordan Love, if you look at it, the stats read true, but man, like you talk about clumps. Jordan Love, whenever he throws a pick, it is just debilitating, man. It is debilitating.
I
to
saw
team.
that. There's a meme going around, and it was referring to Bo Nix, but I think it applies to Jordan Love as well. It shows a guy at the fork of the road. On the left road is Josh Allen on the other row to Shedeur Sanders, and it's like, this is what Jordan Love decides to do on he decides which quarterback he'll be on every series.
Speaking of which, by the way, enjoy the last week of the Browns starting Dylan Gabriel. I'm good. That's where I'm going to be planting my flag.
Well, that'll be for the next week. So
Yes,
this
absolutely.
let's
I would
let's put
say
a pin in it.
don't sleep on the Bears.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah, that
I
was the
agree.
first
Don't
win.
sleep on
Ben
him.
Johnson himself touted it as such to where that felt to him even that it was the first win that was on behalf of the offense.
Yep, it's starting to click.
Yeah, you can see the progress. You can see Caleb. He's still doing a few of the dumb things.
Yep.
But it's not. He'll have like a bad fumble, but he does not have bad picks.
Nope.
Like Bo Nix, oh my God, has a couple of those. Same as JJ McCarthy. Like everybody, like the rest of the league. Say what you will about Caleb Williams. He doesn't have bad picks. Like usually it's like a pop up from a wide receiver, and that happens from time to time.
Yeah.
He doesn't have bad picks. So I'm buying back into the Bears, man. I don't know if they'll win the division. I think that they might be the wild card out of that division.
Yeah, I think so.
It's possible.
I think they'll be
Because I don't think that there'll be
they'll
two
finish
out of the
second.
NFC North.
I think they'll finish second.
No, because you're probably gonna have 2 out of the West.
Yeah.
So
The only demolition derby that I want to talk about is, man, of course it ended with Jaden Daniels exiting due to his elbow
That
being
was
in the
ugly.
wrong place.
Ugh.
But even before that, I must admit the Seahawks look absolutely disgustingly dangerous. Like that is crazy. It is
boy,
crazy
here we go.
specifically that they look that good on the
Here
road.
we go.
It is crazy that they look that dominant on the road, and then at home they just are just completely average. The Seahawks, I don't know what else to say. They looked very good.
Oh, my
please,
God,
by all
here
means.
we go.
first of all, no, I mean, come on. You know what really makes me mad? So the Seahawks now 2 weeks in a row on national TV have looked really good, especially last week.
Yeah.
Just destroyed the Commanders.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't even a game.
no,
Sam Darnold
from the word go.
is elite, and we'll get into that. But Sam Darnold the last 2 years is elite in the NFL. There's only one quarterback that's even close to him in the last 2 years, but we'll get to that. That defense is a championship defense. They are sick, and they're not even all back yet. They're not all healthy yet. I mean, Love hasn't even played in the last 3 weeks, right? So they're gonna get healthy, and they just picked up Shaheed from the.
I think that's the best.
Oh my gosh,
that's the best trade acquisition of the cycle.
This team has a legitimate shot at being in the Super Bowl. A legitimate shot at being the number 1 seed in the NFC.
That I don't agree with.
We'll see. And this is when you're going to find out next week. How do they go against the Rams? How's that game go in LA? I'm really curious to see that, because if they go in there and dominate the Rams, all bets are off.
Not to alter the topic that we're discussing, but they don't have a shot at the number 1 seed simply because the Eagles exist in their division.
They're the same record.
No. Eagles still have a lot of divisional games against the Washington Commanders without Jaden Daniels, a lot of the Giants games, and even the Cowboys, who are actually trying.
Understand.
But they're good. So that's the only reason why I'll say no on that. I will shut the door on that. Can they win their own division though? That is open. That door is wide open. Yes, absolutely.
So then how about the number 1 or 2 seed? How's that?
Sure.
Okay.
But I think simply because only the number 1 seed gets a bye, that's why I would put that to that.
I predicted
difference.
12 wins for them this year.
You predicted? Yes, you did.
And they're on pace to win 13.
They are. Credit to Sam Darnold and them. Like they're the rare team that they are not actually, like if you look at their running averages and everything else, they're not that successful with the run, but it is so instrumental to their passing game because of the way that they implemented out of the heavy formation that they use to a league high. The way that they are able to incorporate their running to set up the pass specifically. Like that is normally a mantra that is said, but the Seahawks are definitely utilizing it. You can see it a lot of the times where they will, the same thing that sets up K9 for a 2-yard gain is the exact same formation and utilization that sets up Sam Darnold for a Jackson Smith and Jigba 55-yard
Well,
gain.
and I think by bringing Shaheed on, now that gives you that deep ball threat.
It's what they signed Cooper Kupp for,
right?
To be quite frank.
Well, Kupp was more for slot.
Yes.
Not for deep threat.
Right.
Shaheed is fast.
But I meant more so as like the role of like a second option that can offer something different than
Shaheed
Jackson.
opens up the running game. Because if you want to stack the box with 8 and we're going to put this guy one-on-one against your corner, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
The way Darnold's throwing balls right now, see ya.
Yeah.
So it's going to force them to have to get out of that 8 in the box, which is going to open up the running game more. And when they start running, they're going to be even better. So this is a scary looking team right now. Again, we're at week 9, 10.
You don't want
things
them to peak right now.
change.
Yeah.
No.
Week 10, by the way.
Like we talked about with the Packers in the first 3 weeks, everybody's like, oh man, that's just, and what happened? They started sliding and they don't look that good anymore. So you got to continue it now through the rest of the season. We'll see. We'll see. They have some good games coming up.
Hey, Ralph.
Yeah.
Got a question for you.
Yeah.
So your quarterback, your elite quarterback, Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
How many playoff games has he played?
I think he's only played one, right?
Yeah, the one with the Vikings.
And we saw that. We witnessed that game.
Yeah, he
but
was
right
terrible.
behind Neil.
He was terrible the last
How'd
3
that,
games of the
how'd
year.
that go?
No, not good.
How'd that go? So I think it's a little early to put the elite title on Mr. Darnold
I would
until
say-
he actually does something
Well,
in the playoffs.
I think what you can say is a guy that has a 70% completion percentage is thrown for over 2,100 yards, 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and number 2 QBR in the first half of the season. And if you look at the last 2 seasons, he's like number 1 in many categories, only tied by Patrick Mahomes over the last 2 years. He's elite.
Number
But it
one in the
doesn't
redheaded
matter
quarterback
if
territory,
you
certainly.
can't
No,
win.
I guess my
Surpasses Carson
point
Wentz
is,
and Andy
I guess my
Dalton.
point is, I'm happy for my USC guy that started his career with 2 lousy organizations. And I guess, it is true. When you become part of a very lousy organization that has bad coaching, bad culture, bad everything, it can affect even who you are coming out of college. You could be this great player out of college and you could just bomb. Because I always thought coming out of college, honestly, before Caleb Williams, I thought Sam Darnold was the most pro-ready quarterback I'd ever seen at USC.
At USC
up to that,
specifically,
up to that point, I was like, this guy is something else. And when he bombed the way he did, I was like, wow, I guess that's just weird. But now I think you're seeing USC Sam Darnold, and even better, the way he reads the field, his footwork, the way he's throwing dimes everywhere.
He's got nothing but great coaching outside
Yeah.
of Carolina, and I think that is tremendously improved. Because remember, he went a year in San Francisco. Kyle Shanahan, check. Kevin O'Connell, check. And then now here we are in Indianapolis Colts, where he's been made, where their coach, who I'm now blanking on his name, but he's somebody who's made hay with lesser quarterbacks, and you've seen the offense happen with even a Gardner Minshew over there. And the biggest thing that everybody said is just give him a quarterback, and he's doing it. He got the best year out of Jalen Hurts on their Super Bowl run that they didn't cash in the first year that the Chiefs won in the back-to-back championship years. So I do think that it is something to be said. I think a step too far is elite. However, I do think he's validated himself. He's not a Daniel Jones to where I feel as if Daniel Jones has shown his true pumpkin colors.
I'm still on the
as of right
fence with
now.
Daniel Jones.
Exactly. Yeah. No,
I'm not
Daniel-
on the fence with it.
I'm not on the fence anymore with Daniel. I can say with full-throated confidence that Sam Darnold is good.
Steal of the year.
I agree.
Steal.
At that contract.
With that contract, steal.
Well, him and Baker. It's close because they're kind
I
of
agree.
similar.
Baker's
But
been
yes,
phenomenal.
Yes.
So here's the lesson for all of you listeners out there and you viewers of the Weekend Warriors. If Ralph Romano believes in you, it doesn't matter what anybody says. He will back you until the day you die. He will memorize your stats and he will rattle them off instantaneously at the drop of a hat. He will be your absolute greatest ally, and he will throw down at the very mere hint of an insinuation of anybody dissing you or saying you're not as good as Ralph thinks he is. That's the thing you learn about Ralph. So like this whole Sam Darnold talk about USC, never heard any of that until just now.
Yeah.
Now,
Because he was terrible.
so anyway,
And I even said he was terrible.
So just remember, if you where you want to be in life is you want to be on Ralph's good side.
Absolutely.
My
Because if you're not,
gosh.
you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Russell Wilson, Hall of Fame career. Looking at
Still
you,
a Hall of
Pete
Famer.
Carroll over there, limping his way off of
Oh,
a side
poor Pete.
interview.
Leave Pete alone. Poor Pete.
Yeah, he needs a new pack of gum.
I
Needs some
thought
gum on his
I
knee.
thought it was interesting as we switched to Pete real quick how they fired their special teams coach after that. Well, you know why?
Well,
Did you see
'cause
that
they
special
missed the-
teams play where
yeah.
that guy made that stupid penalty?
Yes.
That
And
pushed
you
them out
see
of
Pete
the-
Carroll's face after that play. When I
That's the
saw
first
that,
time
I
I've
was
seen,
like,
like,
"Oh,
a
that
negative-
coach is gone."
Yeah, that was the first time I've seen like a negative look on Pete Carroll's
Yeah.
face that wasn't full of optimism.
He
hope.
was
That was
pissed.
real. That was a real.
and that
dark-
coach was gone because of it.
Yeah.
Pete, it's just crazy.
Last one I want to touch on that kind of touches on the trade deadline, which I think we should mention here
Yes.
also. The Cardinals have a functioning offense, and who is getting the the unintentional 4-week bye here? That is just like everybody knows stinks to high heaven. Everybody says, okay, so he's on the IR. That is just saving grace. That is just
you know why. So here's the thing.
Cardinals
once
beat
again-
the Cowboys 27-17 under Jacoby Brissett. I just want to say.
Once again,
Hmm.
Kyler Murray's injury coincides with the release of a Call of Duty game.
Oh, jeez.
Because
That's
Call of Duty is
funny.
November 7th. Once again. So listen, like the game, we'll talk about the game itself, but I just want to call that out because once again, this is the Kyler Murray that we knew from the very beginning, the one that we tried to put the independent study clause in. Well, I think they did. They put some clauses in his
They
contract.
took it out. after
Yeah.
that.
They took
His
it out. But
franchise quarterback candidacy was done
the guy
as soon as that
is
was
so the guy would
implemented.
rather go pro as a gamer than as an NFL quarterback, apparently. So okay, let's talk about the game.
So the game itself, Jacoby Brissett looked fantastic. Like,
Agreed.
granted, it is against the Cowboys defense, not hard to
which
do.
is pretty bad. yeah.
But Cardinals just mollywopped the Cowboys and look crisp and pristine. Excuse me. Yeah, look, like there's a reason why. There's a reason why. There was the first time in the show, this show's history, that every single host last week, Neil, every single host had a contingency of saying, you know, for our picks, we specifically have a quarter. Like, you tell me which quarterback, and we all agreed to it, so it was fair.
Yeah.
Every single quarterback, like whichever quarterback I have, is going to greatly determine on what side of this game I feel.
Yep.
And it was markedly true. I truly still believe in my heart of hearts, had Kyler Murray come back, they would have lost that
Yeah,
game.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, tell me that was not the difference of having a
was.
functioning offense, not even a great offense. 27 points against the Cowboys. You could say, I kind of would expect a little bit more, but whatever. It is a win. It is a win. It is a win. They having
On the
a
road.
functioning offense. Well, yes, Jared World on the road is just enough for this coaching staff and this organization to get a win, get a respectable win against upsettable Cowboys, where the Cowboys are going to be in every single game they play this year because of that offense, because they can score on anybody. And look, Cardinals looked dominant for the first time this season. I'd argue they looked dominant in a good fashion against a fine opponent, and it was simply because Kyler Murray was not there.
I saw this stat this morning, which kind of jarred me. It says Jacoby Brissett is the first Cardinal quarterback to throw multiple TDs and 200 plus yards in 3 straight games since Carson Palmer did it in 2015.
I would have had that
That's
guess.
insane.
Wow.
Why
Since
are
what
we
year? 2013?
2015.
15.
Why
are
did
we?
yeah.
What are we talking about with Kyler Murray? Is this experiment over? I think it's over. He's
100%.
done.
Oh, it's so if we talk about the trade deadline, overall, obviously you can go to the Cowboys, you can go to the Colts, but on the other side of those trades are the Jets, and I think that that the biggest winner of those trades was Kyler Murray, because I'm gonna call my shot is that he's gonna go to the Jets. Does that not make sense? And then plus he gets
the way they're unloading, yeah, because they're going to take on his salary.
they're going to be able to take on his salary.
Yeah.
And actually, for not to get too deep in the weeds here, but for contract purposes, he actually is tradable. He's not going to be Russell Wilson in that he does have franchise potential. He's only on his first team. I'll say what you will about a lot of his off the field issues. They're not
Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty, exactly. They are not to the point where you're like it's John Morant, right? Where he's like on his last warning, he's in trouble with the league or he's in trouble with the law, even worse. So the fact that you can take away all the guarantees, another team, it's either the Jets or the Steelers are just gonna absolutely salivate over getting him because he does have tantalizing talent.
So the most impactful trade move on the deadline was Kyler Murray not going anywhere? Or was it the Jets unloading? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Getting rid
I
of
would
Sauce
just say
and-
the Jets unloading, obviously, and then if you want to go even on the other side of it, normally is how whoever receives as opposed to giving away.
That's fair.
I'd say that it's the Colts with Sauce Gardner because that will make immediate impact. But yeah, the Jets giving away their talent that apparently was worth 3 first rounders is crazy.
I think so too. I think
yeah.
they overpaid.
Oh, on both
Big time.
accounts, actually.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
stupid.
and also utterly absurd. Outrageous to the point of malpractice of the Cowboys to trade for Quinnen Williams 80 cents on the dollar of what they got back from the micro trade. First of all, second of all, after the result that you just saw with the Cardinals, remember this was not a finalized trade. This was the day after you lost. They're 3-5, boys. They're 3-5, and do you know? And let's look at their schedule here. They've lost to the Bears, who they're going to be in direct contention to for that wild card. That's a one game. That's not a division thing. So their direct head-to-head tiebreaker is not good. They lost to the Panthers, lest we forget, another team that's also in the wild card route, and they lost to the Cardinals. Like, again, say what you will. If you're like, yeah, that sucks about, but the Cardinals aren't real. Guess what, boys? You're lower than them. So there's nothing about this that says, Cowboys, what are you doing? You could have even made this move in the offseason. I would have given you some grace.
Right.
But the fact that you did this and now no longer are assured to have the worst of the next of the first round picks in 2 years that you have between you and the Packers, absurd. I haven't even seen that in like the NFL. That is absurd.
Okay, let's. By the way, I think for Shaheed was the most impactful.
Oh,
but
certainly. But yeah, that makes sense.
let's go to the tech. Let's clean up real quick before we get into our picks.
Yes.
So Chief Skull, I know you guys were going back and forth. First of all, he said he'd never go for the Dodgers. He said he's talking to you, Neil. We moved to Illinois first. My dad is from River Falls, Wisconsin. He's a Chargers fan. That's a mess.
Okay.
And we moved to Minnesota after being in Illinois for 2 months. Grew up in Minnesota when I was a kid. I loved the Broncos, Giants, Raiders. Even had a Broncos helmet. Bears will stumble, and it's the Lions versus Vikings for a division. I think you're high.
Wow.
Vikings for a division, man.
Yeah,
that is hopeful thinking, man.
You know,
for
this,
JJ
but
McCarthy.
listen, that's Minnesota sports fans. They're like Arizona sports fans. They're irrationally optimistic at times, and then when it's finally over, they act like the team doesn't exist for the rest of the year. So
let's look at this one from Bitter Dolphin fan. Says we need more throwback uniform games. The Seahawks and Broncos throwbacks are awesome.
no, those
the blue
were
Broncos helmets
fantastic.
remind me of the early John Elway days.
Yes.
Yes.
The old Seahawks jerseys are great
I
too.
love the old Seahawk uniforms.
And even the result was awful, but the Packers like leather helmets.
I
from them,
like those.
I
Those
love
were
it.
those were
I
awesome.
like
So
those. Yeah, the game was awful, but the helmets were
The
great.
aesthetic was off the charts.
Yes.
It really was. Bitter Dolphin fan comes back and says Seahawks GM John Schneider is struck with his plan with building through the draft and making strategic trades.
John Snyder, top 3 GM. I mean,
Absolutely.
in a world where Howie Roseman exists for the Philadelphia Eagles, you can't give him the top spot. But John Schneider is certainly up there with the best executives of the league.
I agree. He's done an amazing job in Seattle. And Sports Girlies on the line says Kyler Murray could not have played like that, even against the Cowboys defense. Team Jacoby all the way.
And it's crazy. Like I wonder. I think that Kyler Murray's off this team. The only thing that could save his season, could save his tenure with the Cardinals, which I don't even know if that's what you want, but would be at the end of the season, they fired the head coach. Because you could bring in another head coach, a la a Mike Daniels, somebody who's like a quarterback guru, and possibly have his lone job is to save him. And then if you don't like him at the end of the year, you can then go draft another quarterback, what have you. But under the current regime, under the current coaching structure that is there with Jonathan Gannon, you can't bring Kyler Murray back once he's all but said we're benching him due to performance, not just injury. You can't do it.
They're still saying, I mean, Jonathan Gannon's still saying, oh, well, he'll be back. and
Well,
blah,
but they
blah, blah.
inferred it. They said,
Like,
yeah,
whatever.
even if he was still here, his production did not merit. Like we would still be starting Jacoby.
Yeah. All right. It's time for our picks.
You don't want to talk about the Raiders Broncos?
No.
That was an abysmal.
I'll
game,
let you.
man.
Do you want to say anything about it? Except that it was
Yeah, I
abysmal?
feel like you probably should.
Should I?
Just
I
for
mean,
therapy.
Yeah.
Get it off your chest.
Oh my
We're
god.
listening. Tell me more. How did show me on the doll where the
I
Broncos
thought the
hurt
Denver
you.
D looked really
Denver
good.
defense was legitimate. It was
Against
the
a really
Denver
bad
offense
offense.
that made that Raiders defense look just tremendous. Like it was just a comedy of errors every single time. I just grew in more frustration because there's a difference between a tremendous manifesto of a defensive game back and forth, which that last night was not. Thursday night was not.
That was ugly.
That was ugly. That was just a bunch of faux pas. That was just let the game end. My God, that was awful. That was abysmal. I mean,
But you won.
you won, and honest,
You're going to have games like that during the year where they're just ugly and you win and you look like garbage. You knock it as a win and you move on.
That was
weirdly,
ugly.
weirdly enough, the one
Super
thing
ugly.
that is nice is knowing that we have a win before the absolute book it right now. Chiefs lost to the Chiefs. Normally, we all automatically lose to the Chiefs, anyways. But on top of it, you're getting the Chiefs after a bye, which is the Andy Reid classic, and also you're getting them after the Chiefs are already down to Buffalo. Like they need this win. Everything about it just screams that the Chiefs are going to win. So I'm glad that we banked a divisional win before we have our automatic loss to the Chiefs. That's all I can go off of.
Okay.
right.
Let's look at our picks from last week, the results.
We already know one.
So, yeah, we know that Sports Girly and myself both went 4-2. Neil then goes 4-2 as a
4-2 as well.
result.
That was a good week to
And the
to miss
King
pit.
went 6-0.
And remember, the reward for such a feat is at the
You
end of the
own
show.
the last 5 minutes
I
of
own
the
the last
show.
5 minutes. I do have a topic of which I want to talk and of which we will all enjoy.
What's the over under that it's about Taylor Swift?
It better not be.
Okay.
5 minutes uninterrupted.
I love it.
All right, let's start with this
Uninterrupted?
week's
I gotta
games.
sleep for 5 minutes. Be
Let's
great.
start off in LA with the Steelers and the Chargers.
Well, last week,
Chargers minus 2.5 right now.
yes, last week I called it. I said Steelers are definitely going to win last week against the Colts. You all thought I was crazy. You all thought I was outrageous. Thought that there was no way. And then Danny Dimes happened. But of course, we're in a different area, baby. We're back in the home state of SoFi. We're at Chargers home field. Doesn't
the
matter.
home state of SoFi.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is
It's where investment meets quality. No, listen. This is a home game on the road for the Steelers. Chargers do not have a home field advantage, especially whenever they have a real fan base coming to town.
Right.
Steelers are going to own this building. They're going to own the Chargers, who are without their top 2 tackles to begin the season.
Yeah, it's
and
big.
now they're even, I think, down another lineman. So they have no offensive line. Steelers, I have no idea why they are not favored here. The Chargers are just the walking dead. Steelers are going to bank another win, try and keep pace ahead of the Baltimore Ravens, who are surging and trying to catch them. Give me the Steelers.
So I've decided to do a little different approach to my picks now, given my lack of success. I'm just going to shake it up. Many years ago, when I was doing NCAA Final Four predictions, I realized that a random number generator actually performed better than my thoughtful picks. And so from this point forward in the season, I would be picking with the power of the quarter.
Oh, gosh.
So we're going to flip this coin to
All right.
determine who I think. What is this? What's it? Chargers, Steelers?
Chargers, Steelers.
Steelers.
Okay. Heads or Steelers? Tails or Chargers?
Okay.
Who is it? The Steelers. I picked the Steelers to win this game. And I could rattle off a bunch of mumbo jumbo statistics and my thoughts of why.
I already did that.
Doesn't matter. It's all random. I'm picking the Steelers.
All right. I'm taking the Steelers too for the only reason that defense travels.
Yeah.
And I like the way the defense is kind of starting to play.
Kind of starting to round into shape. Yeah.
And the fan base will come out strong in LA. They have a huge following in LA. So I'm going to go with you guys, and I'm going to take the Steelers.
All right. Sweet.
All right,
That's
let's
awesome.
look at the Rams at the Niners. The Rams are actually a 5-point favorite in this game, Neil.
I love it. Let's
got?
ram it. If you ram it just right, you can ram it all night.
All night,
So,
baby.
but
Do you need a
again,
coin for this one, or are you?
oh, I'm absolutely going to flip the coin because again, not only is it that it doesn't matter, like every time I've believed in a team with my heart, with my full chest, as the kids say, they've disappointed me. So you know what? It's all going to be random.
And what do you ram with? Your head. So let's say that the Rams are heads.
Okay, Rams are
Good
heads.
point. Good point.
Niners are tails.
They're
and also
definitely
too,
ours.
my
Rams
wife is a
suck
huge
something that are
my
on
wife
tails.
is a huge Niners fan, so I really
Well,
have
there's-
this
not
this
everybody's
way.
perfect.
She
Yeah.
can't blame it. So heads Rams, tails Chargers or Niners. Here we go. It's going to be an upset, folks. The San Francisco 49ers are winning this game. They're got it. They've got it. Niners in a close game.
I felt like that hurt you.
It did a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you got, King?
Pick the 49ers on the points. However, the Rams are winning. The 49ers already got their win of the season. They desperately need this, but I think that just means that it's going to be close. I don't think it's necessarily going to mean that the Rams are going to lose this one. Normally, Kyle Shanahan gets the better of the Sean McVay matchup here. The Rams are so much better right now, so much less injured and at key spots as well. Let's go the Rams. I think that they learned from their early season Thursday night game. Let's go Rams.
I mean, obviously, I'm pulling for the Niners because I'd like to see the Rams take a loss before Seattle next week. The only way the Rams lose this game is if they look past it, because that big matchup next week in LA with Seattle. But that's the only way they lose, and I don't think they will. So I'm taking the Rams. I think it's kind of an easy pick. All right. We got the Falcons at Indianapolis, and the Colts are a 6.5-point favorite, Phil.
Yeah, they are going to Berlin. They're going to be.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a Berlin game.
Yeah,
You're right.
so this game will be early in the morning, and
That was a great band in the 80s too.
absolutely.
Berlin. Yeah.
Falcons better than their record would indicate. They've had up and down performances on the offensive side of the ball. That defense does travel. Colts are going outside the confines of the United States, as are the Falcons. This can go either way. I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts and not feel too good about it. Colts.
I'm going to go Colts too. I feel like Sauce is going to make a difference for them. They needed someone like
he is
that.
cleared to play from concussion.
Yeah,
protocol.
so he should be good to play. And I feel they have to rebound from that bad game last week. I mean, if they don't rebound from it, then you have to start going, as a Colt and saying, where's this going from here? Is it going to keep sliding? And that fun that we had the first 7-8 weeks is over. I think it's a really big game for the Colts. I hate that it's in Berlin because some of the fields there are just so bad.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and say Colts, and we'll see what happens. Neil?
All right. So heads is Colts, tails is Falcons.
Okay.
I hate the Europe games as well. I hate Berlin the most for some reason. I don't know
Because the
why.
fields are so bad.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
They're really soft.
Here we go. Soft like other things about you, Ralph. I'm gonna pick. The coin has selected the Indianapolis Colts. So
That's fair.
going with the Colts.
All right. Good coin. Let's go. We got New England Patriots at Tampa. Tampa is a 2.5-point favorite. This is a good game.
Yeah, this is close. Could go either way. Ralph, you go first.
Yeah, Ralph.
I got to tell you, New England has really shocked me this year. The way that Drake May, no one's really talking about Drake May and how good he looks. He's Sam Darnold-esque. How's that?
Oh, boy.
He's actually looked pretty darn
He
good.
sucks in the postseason.
His numbers have been pretty
Okay.
solid. Their defense has played really well. They're on definite high. The Buccaneers, you got to love them at home with Baker. I love everything about the Buccaneers and what they've been doing. But I got to tell you, I'm going to take Tampa. I'm going to take Tampa because at home with Baker, the stability of the way that their front line is playing on both ends of offense and defense, I just feel they're going to have the edge in this game. I love what New England's doing, but I think this is a really close game. But I think Tampa ekes it out at the end with a field goal like they did all at the beginning of the year. Tampa.
All right, I'll go next. Heads, Buccaneers. Tails, Patriots. I do agree it's going to be a close game. The New England Patriots are going to win this game according to the coin.
Okay.
Which now is you.
I am the coin.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming off of a bye. If we remember 2 weeks ago where they were, they just got mollywopped and ran on by the
Who loves
Detroit
that word,
Lions.
mollywop?
I do love me a mollywop. The Buccaneers are still hurting from
Cool.
it. They desperately need this win. And say it with me. The 8-2 Patriots. Does that sound right?
No.
No,
Not
it
at
does
all.
not.
8-2 Patriots.
So Buccaneers are going to advance and get 7-2 here. Patriots, they've been itching. They've been just yearning for a loss here.
2018 call.
So
they
let's go
want their-
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Sorry, I apologize. I
In the
stepped on your
Brady Bowl.
touchdown call.
In the Brady Bowl.
This is the Brady Bowl.
All right. Neil, we got your Green Bay Packers at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. You want to go first?
I do.
You don't need to do a coin for this one, do you?
I will, to be consistent, I will do the coin.
All right.
However, my heart says that the Eagles are going to come in here and, well, here's the thing. The Eagles should come in and beat them handily, which is why it's going to be at least a close game and might be an upset for the Packers. However, to be true to my bit, I'm gonna coin the flip. I had to rhyme it that way.
Yeah, share with us
Heads,
your thing
heads,
and show us your bit.
Packers, tails, Eagles. Here we go. You ready? Drum roll, please, Maestro. Hang on, do that again. Thank you. And we have the Green Bay Packers
knew
winning
it.
this game.
I think he flipped twice because he didn't get
Heads.
the result he wanted the first time.
What do you got?
Whatever.
Close game. Eagles coming off of a bye. Packers coming off of a horrendous performance. So you think that you're going to get their best version of themselves. I just don't. It's tough. The Green Bay Packers desperately need this. Philadelphia Eagles can withstand a loss. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. You got to feel like they feel right. More than likely, AJ Green's here. They're not only getting a bye, they're getting a Monday night game off of a bye. So extended rest. You got to feel like they'll be as healthy as they can possibly be. Let's go Philadelphia Eagles. And thinking that it very well could be Green Bay Packers in a get-right game.
Okay. Green Bay -1 at home means really they're a 2-point underdog in my eyes.
In
Yes.
theory, yeah, on a neutral
Right?
field.
In
Correct.
theory. Losing the tight end is huge for them.
Yes.
I think Love has got to figure out where he's going to go, who's his guy now going forward. When a quarterback loses their tight end, it's like losing their right arm. You know, they lost their friend. Yeah.
Aw. You lost your friend.
I hate both these teams. I want them both to lose, but that's not an option.
I only hate one coach of these teams.
I know. In Monday night, you got to figure maybe, Green Bay can put it together on national TV and Jordan Love can come out and actually have a good game. He's so up and down. You just never know what version of Jordan Love you're getting.
Great Monday night game. by the way.
With all that said, I think the Eagles are the better team at this point. I think the loss of, what is his name? The tight end?
Trucker
Kraft.
Kraft. The loss
Tucker
of Kraft is just, that's hard to overcome for them. I think Green Bay is going to have a tough time in this game. I think it's close, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles. I have to take the Eagles. All right. Now my game of the week.
What is it?
We got the Arizona Cardinals traveling up to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Seattle's a 6.5 point favorite. Phil, what do you got?
Here's the thing: is I love the Cardinals on the spread because Seattle Seahawks are -6.5. Seahawks do not, for whatever reason, perform well at home, and
Well,
Cardinals
2-1 this year at home.
Yeah, but they just don't. They underperform at
Last
home.
year they were 1-7.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
So it and also you see who they played at home. It the 2 wins aren't that impressive. Cardinals at Seahawks.
See who they're playing this week? All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna go Seahawks, and
You better.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, come on. Are you kidding me?
I everything in my body is telling me that this is actually a part where the Cardinals win, but I have no reason to believe it. So I'm gonna go Seahawks. Coin.
Oh, mighty coin. You have heard the cries of Ralph Romano, the blindly loyal and faithful fan of the Seattle
Blindly.
Seahawks.
That's funny.
It's true. Who do you say will win? Heads is the Seahawks. Tails is the Cardinals.
I hope it's his Cardinals.
The coin has said that the Seattle Seahawks will win this game. Thank God.
Yeah.
Is it? Are you going to be brave, Ralph?
No, I mean, look, this is really simple. This is a division game. These two teams play very close. Let's not kid
They do.
ourselves, right? Every time they play, no matter what. Cardinals defense is still pretty good. It's not a bad defense, right?
No,
I
no, it's
mean,
got pieces.
and the offense is playing better under a guy that can actually see over the freaking offensive line. I think that helps. But this Seattle team is clicking right now on all cylinders. That defense looks unbelievable. I think the addition of Rashid Shaheed on the offense makes them even stronger, more dangerous. Darnold is playing out of his mind right now. JSN, probably the best receiver in the game right now this year. He's 100 more yards over everybody. Just the way he's playing is
he's
stupid.
trending at a 2,000-yard season, first
Yeah.
ever for a wide receiver.
First ever for a wide receiver in the NFL.
If he were to accomplish that.
I think if we can get to some people to see the box not having 8 people in it, and we can get some runs going, this game can get real ugly real fast, kind of like last week.
Sure.
Darnold's playing with so much confidence, it's almost sickening. And he feels he can put the ball anywhere, and he's doing
when
it.
he's got Ralph Romano talking him up,
I don't
of course
blame him.
he's confident.
So I feel good about the Seahawks in this game. I think they win. I don't think it's a blowout. I really don't. These two don't ever really play much blowouts. And a couple of times they have, but they usually play pretty tight games with each other. The Cardinals haven't beaten the Seahawks now, I think, in 7 or 8 tries. Yeah. So I think that continues on, and I think the Seahawks win. And,
What are you thinking, like a 24-14?
Yeah, I think it's going to be something modest. I don't think it'll be a crazy game. So I'm going to take the Seahawks. I don't know if they'll even cover the 6.5. We'll see.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it'll-
why I said I love the Cardinals on the points. I don't know if I can go so far as to say that they win.
Yeah, I'm smart enough to know that when you get into division games, it's a different ball game.
Yeah.
It just is. So I'm going to take the Seahawks. All right. That's our picks. We'll see what happens.
We'll see how
We
well
have-
the coin did.
We'll see how well the coin did. I think that was really interesting. Okay,
The
we
coin.
still got like 13 minutes.
Yeah, we do. Here, we can talk about some of the other games.
Yeah, let's do
the
that.
blowout of the week that feels absolutely safe. Detroit Lions coming off of a loss, a tough divisional loss, and not giving their best effort off of a bye, heading against the depleted Commanders on fresh off of just feeling like an end to their season.
Is
Like
he out for the year, Daniels?
Yeah,
Probably, right?
Yeah. He's out. It was all but confirmed. Commanders at 3-6 in that division. It feels like they are done. So the Lions, that feels like the lock of the week in a game that I truly believe is an elimination game for one of these two teams. Truly believe it is going. One of these two teams is going to lose their season based off of this. Ravens or Vikings. That one feels like this is not one of our picks, but this feels like the Ravens go to 3-6 if they lose, or the Vikings go to 4-5 with the uphill battle that they'll have to climb within that division. That feels like two teams that desperately need like a must-win game here for either one of them. That would be my pick for game of the week. Do you guys agree, Neil?
I think you lay the case. You make the case very compellingly. That's a word. I just made it up. You make a compelling case for that being the game of the week. And I do agree that this is a turning point in the season for both of these teams. So, and I think the upside, I think the Ravens, I don't know how they feel. I mean, to me, I feel like that they're going to be okay if they lose, but the Vikings will definitely not be okay if they lose. So, and I have a feeling the Ravens going to win this game because the Minnesota Vikings have not yet proven to me they can consistently win games when they need to. So until they do, I think the Ravens win this, but it will be a compelling game to watch. It's definitely a must-watch, must-see TV, as the kids say.
I mean, if you look at just the numbers, like look at Ravens go down to 3-6. Pittsburgh Steelers are looking at 6-3 this week. Like if our picks come true, where the Steelers win on the road against the Chargers, they then go to 6-3. I just think that that's an insurmountable
Did I pick the
lead.
Steelers? I did.
You did, yeah. We all three.
Did the coin
us
pick
two
the Steelers?
and the coin picked the Steelers.
The coin
yeah.
picked the Steelers. Yes.
Ralph, do you agree? Best game on the slate, or
I don't know. I mean,
no, the best game is the Cardinals Seahawks.
No. I think the Eagle Packer game is pretty big.
Yeah, but it's not an elimination game.
But no, it's not. But I think if the Packers lose this game, I think the slide continues. Right?
Yeah.
If they went up now, they're 5-3-1, and they kind of losing confidence. They lost their tight end. I think you start seeing them just go downhill. Right? I think this is a big, just like Indianapolis. Right? Same thing. Where I think for them it's a huge game. So I don't know. I think the Eagles right now they're in a division that sucks. They're in the worst division in football.
It is true.
I mean,
They
they're gonna clinch the division
for the rest
the
of the year.
post Cam Scattaboo.
They're gonna clinch that
Giants.
division by week 12. I mean,
Make it the
it's
worst.
just stupid, right? I think it's a huge game for the Packers. I think it's interesting. I know what you're saying about the Ravens and the
just the numbers.
The Vikings.
I don't see the Vikings beating the Ravens. I don't think they have a prayer to beat the Ravens this game. I think Lamar Jackson's starting to get healthy and play better. As long as he goes, they go.
Also,
right?
Lamar Jackson's numbers against NFC opponents as a whole, because they only get to see him once a year, is insane.
Yeah.
Like he has like an insane winning percentage against NFC opponents.
I will give the Vikings their due as far as defense. That's a good defense over there. They're gonna give Lamar some fits and stuff.
You don't want to blitz Lamar though. Like he's one of the quarterbacks that, like, veteran quarterbacks, you don't want to blitz it, like Tom Brady or whatever.
But it's the only shot they got is that
Yeah.
defense playing their game, and they are at home. So I mean, that's the factor for me.
And to what you said, the Packers are the only team with 3 losses currently that don't actually have 3 losses, because that tie,
Right.
Yeah,
that tie is
looming.
as big of a loss as
Yeah,
one
it's-
can be
it's
without
a
it being a loss.
Exactly.
Yeah, against the Cowboys. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a big game for the Packers. I think the Packers and the Colts have 2 huge games this week, just to see the trajectory where they're going to go. I'm telling you, even if the Colts lose this week, I think they disappear over the next few weeks.
Really?
I really do.
Like
Well,
they just
disappear to
don't show
what
up?
though? Because if you look at the other
Don't
teams
play
in
the
their
games,
division,
what?
Titans aren't doing anything. Texans, I think we all feel as if they're like the Colts
If
disappear.
the Jags win, I mean, now
Are the
they're a game
Texans
behind.
still in the league?
Yeah,
I forgot they.
Their
I
offense
forgot
isn't.
they were here.
If the Jags win, they'll be right there with them. I mean, so you start seeing there's probably only one team coming out of that division.
Yeah.
So-
One would imagine. So I think that the Jacksonville Jaguars possibly could. That would be what a turnaround that would be, to go from all the way from 7-1 to now 7-2, and or to now even going from 7-1 to out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And also having just traded for Sauce Gardner and having no route forward with which to upgrade your quarterback position, unless hoping that you strike gold again with the Daniel Jones point too, which undoubtedly Daniel Jones is getting another big contract, which is absurd.
I don't
to
know.
say.
I don't know.
Ralph,
I
they
don't
have
know.
no route to get better.
But he looked mortal again last week.
Yes, he certainly
He
did
made
more
some
than
really
mortal.
bad
You
passes.
mean mortal or normal?
Like
He
I,
looked like the old Daniel Jones.
I can
last
even
week.
say that 2 of those turnovers were not his fault.
Okay.
We still got 3.
Right.
3 really bad ones.
That if I'm a Colt fan, last week scared me.
Yo, yeah.
When I saw what came out of his arm, I'm like,
Because
okay, wow.
The Steelers, while having the best paid defense, have not performed to
Right.
that level
Right.
all season thus far. The fact that they finally started to click on yours, especially with what many consider to be the best offensive line in all of football, and did that and accomplished that against your quarterback
Yeah.
who's been playing to that level, it has to feel like a charade and a bubble has been popped. My
I
goodness.
think so. And then adding Sauce Gardner, it sounds good.
It's a
But you
name.
know what? He hasn't been great since his rookie year.
It kind of feels like an overpay, right? Like
It's an overpay.
If I gave you that would feel an appropriate trade if all of a sudden that came through for now I'm blanking on my own guy's name, but Patrick Surtain,
Surtain, yeah.
the third. Like you'd say that makes sense. That is a fair haul for
Yeah.
him. For Sauce has not looked great since his rookie year,
Right.
and you could even say maybe into his second year. That's still 2 years. We're now 3 years past those.
Yeah.
That he has just looked
He's been
blah.
Yeah.
Average.
So that could be part of just being a Jet, which is we've seen it.
It's possible.
So we're going to have to see what they got, but I think they absolutely overpaid for him. The Jets won that trade.
Last thing before we move on, Kyler Murray, I'm going to say that it is the Jets next year. If not, it is just perfect. Absolutely perfect for Aaron Rodgers to retire and Kyler Murray to go over there and Mike Tomlin to get the most out of Kyler Murray. I think that
I don't think he fits into their offense, but okay.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he could be a Jet. I think he can be a Brown.
well, no, I mean Shador will have that spot locked down.
Oh
All
my
right,
goodness.
I got it.
Whatever. All right, here we go.
All right, you guys ready? So the King has entered the arena, and as such, hear they. And for the next 5 minutes, I do have the floor and the court. So please, my royal jesters, please stay silent. Here we go. With this weekend, we have seen the release of a new movie called Predator. New Predator Badlands has come out. And as such, it is one of my more favorite films. It is a film that I have seen with my grandma, Alien versus Predator. That was one of the first films that we saw together. And I remember her taking me specifically. She got more scared about a penguin in the film than any of the actual predators out there. And I'm sure that people are dying to say, Philip, what are your Predator ranking movies? And I'm so glad you guys asked because we are going from all the way from number 7 all the way to number 1, guys.
All
I'm
right.
sure if you want to
I
see.
have an opinion on this. So
Absolutely.
let's go.
Let's power rank this bad boy. Coming in at dead last, and it was god awful, just a heap of burning garbage. Alien versus Predator number 2. That was where everything in the world burned. So did that city. They nuked a city on U.S. soil. They nuked it to hell. I can't even say I blame them. But the moment you start nuking America, you automatically go to number 7 for me.
Wow.
Alien versus
That's
Predator.
weird.
Only surpassed. Only reason why Alien versus Predator is number 6 is because Alien versus Predator 2 exists.
So bad.
Yeah, Alien versus Predator. Again, soft, tender spot in my heart because I went to go see it with my grandmother. That goes number 6.
Okay.
Number 5 is a film that is just astoundingly bad and started the whole Aaron Rodgers or certain I forget what her name is, but started rumors about infidelity with John Mulaney. Comes The Predator, which had a lot of good things going for it, had a lot of thoughtful things, but certainly not good. Number 4, Predator 2. As all good sequels come to New York and to the
Big Apple.
The Big Apple. This one was respectable. As far as sequels go, could have been worse. Certainly good.
Could have been better.
Number 3, in a surprising top 3 moment. I didn't expect it to be this good when it came out, and it made a profit, and it's still going strong with Adrian Brody as now a 2-time Academy Award winner for Best Actor is also starring in this, yoked up as much as Adrian Brody can be.
Sure.
Predators. Also, Topher Grace is in this, guys.
Yes.
Topher Grace, lest we forget. Number 2, a late season just boom of something. Prey came out. Nobody even knew that it was coming out. All of a sudden it pops and it's like, wait, a new Predator movie came out? Inventive? Innovative? It spawned another sequel? It's fantastic. And of course, who can beat the Chopper? Nobody can beat the Chopper. Ah! Predator goes number 1.
It's not the Duma.
It is not a Duma. I cover
Get to the
myself in
chopper.
blood. It is God.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
number 1.
It's an Arnold Schwarzenegger convention.
Yeah, if you want to just bro out, just like have nonstop testosterone this side of Top Gun, it is the first 15 minutes of Predator.
My favorite is Jesse Ventura. I ain't got time to bleed.
Absolutely.
He shakes his head like this.
Everybody has their little quirk, has their little thing, whether it's the one guy dry shaving constantly, whether it's another guy with a minigun, whether it's Arnold at the end.
You know, I love the montage at the end. You know, when they did they rolled the credits.
It's like
you could play any 80s.
It's like Full House.
Yeah,
meets
like
Predator.
you could play any 80s sitcom theme over that and it would fit. It was so great.
Just lubricated muscles galore in the Predator.
And lots of candid moments in that. It was fantastic.
Of course.
So, all right. So I would
Predator
say that
reigns supreme.
I approve your ratings. I think they're good.
Thank you. 1 through 7.
I like
They
them.
just recently came out with an animated one. Felt inappropriate to add to this. Ralph, it could have been worse. It could have been T-Swizzle.
It could have been T-Swizzle. It's true.
I'm just
Have you
sitting
seen The
here.
Predator? Is this on your blind spot, on your cultural blind spot?
I saw the original one. Yeah,
Okay. Did you like Arnold?
Yeah.
Did he do a little something for you?
a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
It was a good movie.
All right.
Classic icon.
Icon. Heaven bless. Go enjoy Predator Badlands. By all reports, supposed to be good. I
All
will
right.
report next week.
I will go do that. Thank you.
All right, King. Let's go to the text line. Sports Girl is on the
Here
text
they hear.
line. Says Seahawks are going to win, but I'm optimistic about how Brissett will perform against a defense that's actually good. I don't think it's going to be a good day for him. Chief
course
Skull
not.
is on the text line. Says, I got that already. Got that one already. Old Seahawk unis remind me of Dave Craig, also Jim Zorn. Yeah, I agree. They kind of remind me of Cortez. When will the
Steve
NHL talk
Larkin.
happen? I mean, baseball is over, so the Dodgers can get burned. Gear can burn. Don't appreciate that comment. Take it back. And we will start talking some NHL. Probably starting next week. I'm a big NHL guy. So I like what I see with the Kings and some other things going on. So
Yeah, I'm going to start following the NHL a little more closely. So I may have some actual takes.
Be honest with you guys. Was this week? I mean, obviously the World Series was its own thing, but was there like a bit of a hangover, an emotional hangover for you guys, to where like
1000%.
sports as a whole was kind of like
%.
nothing? Like I, especially with the World Series as a whole, Game
Absolutely.
7, it was so like long and so emotionally
I was
invested.
sad when it ended.
Yeah,
It was so much fun.
yeah.
I love the playoffs. I love the Dodgers. I love baseball.
Ralph, don't be
So-
sad that it ended. Be happy that it
And-
happened.
And Game 7, 20 million viewers. Did
Yeah.
nearly 3 times the amount of Game 7 in the NBA. Just crazy
It was
numbers.
it was the most viewed World Series game globally in
I'm just-
34 years.
I'm looking forward to what they're going to do for next season. So who they're going to add. So and who's going to piss off. I'll have fun with that. So anyway, hey everybody, thanks for joining us, spending a little part of your weekend with us. We always appreciate that. I know Saturday's that kickoff, and we give you those 2 hours to get you going. So thanks for joining. We will be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel, talking everything probably but baseball. So I guarantee you we'll be into football and everything else. So thanks again for joining us. It's the Weekend Warriors. See you next week.